Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Hydragons Breath Bow Wow, welcoming you back to another Archon's Adventures, the Kings of Undermountain. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our 5e campaign. One of our beloved players would like to give you the recap to Session 7 as we begin Session 8. Go ahead.
Thank you. And last time on Kings of Undermountain, we came across a jungle within the belly of the Grey Zone and happened upon an odd creature by the name of Twig. We seemingly decided that we would help the poor and admittedly stupid creature who brought us to take care of an issue of hers. Though, once there, we found the Gambadaos monopod scavengers who launched themselves at us with their skulled heads as an attack. After dispatching these creatures, we found that the main thing that seemed to be causing Twig so much trouble was a small anti-magic caterpillar that was keeping the warden of the land immobilized and dormant. Once dealing with the small 5-foot-long creature, we awakened the warden. After all that mess, though, we came across a cave with a bright light at the end. We decided to investigate the light. And in a flash, we were ambushed by spider-like creatures with a web attack to match, and stranglers which kept us down and bound, all choking for air. But in the end, we were able to defeat them and find the answer to what lied at the end of that tunnel.
Which just so happened to be a magical lantern, which our players have now acquired, along with a good amount of dosh. So, dosh and various other sundries aside, do we have anything to check out before we move further on our way? At this point, I believe we're running a little bit tight on rations, so this may be our last day down here. Remember, it does take about 2 days of travel to get back up from the Grey Zone to the surface. So how is our food looking as far as our party is concerned?
I still have about 12 days worth of food.
Awesome. Is that for everyone or just for yourself?
For myself, but I can share it with everybody and get to roughly 2. Yeah, 2.
Okay, so 2 days apiece. That's good. Does everyone else have at least one more day each?
Indeed, I have about
have
4.
a few days.
Okay. That sounds good. Eelric was the only one I didn't get a confirm from there on having at least a day left?
Certainly. I'm just trying to find my rations.
Okay, yeah, just double checking.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. So, we head on following our ancient Utgardi map with its many signs and unknowable sigils. At this point, I think we found about 5 or 6 different Utgardi treasures or relics from back in the day, and I think there is some lady beginning to open or curate a mini museum who's going to be very excited with us when we get back to the surface. I'm sorry, Maud Cloverland is going to go absolutely fucking ballistic when she hears that you found all of these different things. Remember, her entire...
Money spread on the dwarf.
Yeah, she is about to money spread. But remember, her entire museum consisted of like 3 items, and one of them was like a bit of broken pottery. So
Natch.
Positivity.
Ornate helmet, relic. Ooh, she's getting a bunch of shit.
Yeah, you guys are coming up with like an ornate helmet, a magical lantern made by the Utgardi dwarves, and like that one twisted tiara, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lots of cool shit. Oh, and the map itself technically, is technically another small relic. Yeah.
And the weave cutter short sword I got.
Just to make sure
Yeah.
of everything.
I want to keep that.
I was gonna say that's if you don't want to buy the weave cutter back.
I want to buy that back.
Okay, we'll talk about that next session. So, in the meantime, we are continuing on through the map. We have decided to go to the closer of the 2 locations, which leads you down a winding series of tunnels into a very deep section of the Grey Zone. At the start of next session, we're going to have a slightly better map for our viewers about, 1, what the Grey Zone looks like, and 2, an updated city map. So do not worry about that. I'll be working with my players on that. That will be done for you all. But in the meantime, this one is slightly to our, if I remember right, to our north from the entrance. So, as we head north from the entrance, you find yourselves outside of a long, dry, dusty cave, which goes deep into the rock. And outside of this cave, you can see a trio of large and colorful frogs, each one roughly the size of an oversized cane toad, you would assume weighing somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 7 pounds. You would also notice their intense coloration, one a deep acid green, another a venomous purple, and the final one bright poison dart frog blue. They almost seem to glow in the darkness, they are so vibrant with color. They are staring down the tunnel, as if intent upon something at the other end.
Well, I'm gonna cast my Crimson Right, just to be prepared.
Okay.
1d6.
Julius,
only 2 damage.
could you speak to the toads for us?
Absolutely. Good evening. What has all 3 of yours attention? To the toads.
Yep. You watch as the front toad pushes itself up, and you see the large bubbling balloon of its chest engage as it pops around and look towards you, and you hear it in its froggy voice say, "Vengeance! Revenge!
Revenge.
Revenge! Our fallen must be avenged!
What must be avenged? I didn't catch that last bit.
Our fallen, the young, they are devoured and lost. They must be avenged." This frog appears to be extremely emotional.
Oh, I can tell that. Well, by gods, what's caused you to take up arms?
Foul, burrowing, ungodly beasts. Foul insects. They devour and eat the young. They've killed our number. They must be avenged. And you watch as it finishes that final word, its chest once more pops out in an incredibly angry ribbit.
Oh, these are some angry toads.
They wish for battle,
What's-
I must guess.
What does it say?
What are they saying?
It seems there are insects that eat the young of these toads, and now they've taken up arms. We're all heading the same. Listen to the rest of the team. Like, we're all heading down this direction, right? If there's insects, maybe we can have the toads.
Character voice.
If there's insects, perhaps we could just link up with the toads for now. Have a couple extra. What do you guys say?
We
Allying with the toads seems... I mean, if these bugs are slaying their young, it's only the right thing to do.
Oh, I think the same.
Big are these
why
toads
would we
in
ever
comparison?
ally with toads?
Well,
Well, I'm
Salem,
told let's
I think-
ally for now. Since we are heading down this tunnel, we might as well have the toads come along with us, kill the bug that will almost definitely end up in our path. Like, let's be honest.
We'll have to kill this bug at the end of the path.
Either way.
Either way. A little help wouldn't hurt.
but also, Salem, think about it like this. They have these toads have probably been in this section of the area for quite some time. If they don't give us something in material purposes, we at least they at least might know something about this area more than any of us have. They live down here. They would likely have seen many things.
True.
And perhaps they've seen shiny things that have no use to them, but perhaps to us.
Indeed.
Fine.
All right. So, look, turning back to the toads, Judas,
The toad,
rubs his-
the toad looks at you, Judas, and asks, "What keeps you? These creatures are not wholesome. If you wish to assist us..." And you watch as it kind of shuffles its legs together until it builds up a little bit of slime. "Coat your weapons in this."
Oh, I was just going to tell you, if you show us the way, we will gladly help you and your kin. But of course, we only ask that you give us any information on the tunnels that you live by, and if you've seen anything shiny, perhaps that you don't have purpose for, but we as humanoids do love our shiny.
Roll a persuasion with advantage.
All right.
Also, I'm trying very hard to do, like, a Batman dialogue for the frog. "I am justice.
I mean, yeah.
I am the knight. I am Frogman."
I got
I
16
am
on
the
the persuasion.
toad.
These are technically poisonous toads.
Yeah.
I see.
We got a 16.
16?
Also, could I do one thing in character?
You may.
I'm going to keep an eye on Shella. There are small things. I imagine she might try something.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, Shala's
I
already
was
looking
waiting
at the
until-
Shala's already looking at the colorful creatures hungrily.
Yeah, I was gonna wait until you were done to see if he realized they're poisonous.
I was just gonna. I could just tell Shala that they're not food.
Go right ahead.
But
Well, what's in the toad say, Jonas?
Yeah,
Well-
the toad returns by adding, in addition to that, "We have found several of your human discs that you seem to find valuable. They are shiny, as you say."
great. Then we'd be glad to help you in your rightful cause. And I dip my sword in the poisonous goo that he's allowed me.
Great. You may deal a d6 of additional poison damage on your first attack.
Okay, cool.
I'll do that as well.
I inform the rest.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
First to Shala. By the way, Shala, perhaps don't eat the toads. They're incredibly venomous or incredibly poisonous. You will likely get sick if not die.
The coal black serpent looks up at you and narrows its eyes, this dog creature seemingly not believing you or perhaps overestimating its ability, but it moves back from what looks like striking range with one of the toads. As the toads return to their vigil, turning back towards the doorway and beginning to hop one after another. You can hear the distant croak of vengeance echoing down the hallway with a ribbit.
These toads are quite intense. They keep speaking of vengeance and bloodshed.
Well, their young have been
Also-
taken from them.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
Also, Salem will also dip his rapier into.
The toad juice.
Could I also? Yeah. Also, question. Hey DM, could I dip some of my arrowheads into the poison?
Yes, but I will let you know that it only lasts a minute.
Okay.
Biological poisons tend to break down in contact with air. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh no, that makes sense.
You know how the
So
cane
they'd be
toad?
only
Yeah.
useful for the-
You know how the cane toad has like those two bulges on its shoulders which secrete a toxic liquid? What's why you can't eat cane toads? It's the same thing with these guys. Their whole back exudes a toxic fluid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, if I were to dip
Like
some
our shoulder
arrowheads, they would only
back
be
of the
useful for maybe this fight, and then it would go away.
It's a minute and it's only one use. So yeah. Each piece of ammunition you coat, you could coat like 3 or 4 pieces of ammo, but it won't last beyond this fight. So yeah, you can mark that if you'd like. All right.
I'll mark. I'll say 5 arrows. Yeah,
I'll say
5
4 arrows and your rapier.
4 arrows. 4 arrows and the rapier. Okay,
Yep.
got it.
Okay, and I will also say, hey, did Mallow actually, or did Judas actually tell you that they were doing that, or did you just see him do it?
Yeah, wait.
I'll say I have informed all of my friends. The toads have agreed to help us with allowing us to and I show the poison on the blade. Be gentle, of course, but they're allowing us to coat our weapons with their blessings.
I just did it because I saw Judas do it.
Their blessings.
the blessings of the toad.
Their syrupy secretions. All right, so
Dude, I'm about to hit
I don't
like
think
a
I
million
could coat
pictures
my mace in it,
with the
as it is
poison.
probably bigger than them, and I don't think they'd like it.
yeah.
Yeah, Ilric gives a dubious expression. He looks up to Judas. But this would taint the meat, no?
You can.
But
Probably.
we don't even know if this creature's going to be edible.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
likely.
it
It's
could
likely
be.
you're not going to get much meat off a bug, anyways.
You'd be
Honestly, I'm
surprised.
All right. Well, I have. Oh, also, I'd like to tell the toads informed me that they have in their possession a couple of shiny discs. That's how they described it. So, for you, Salem, why are we helping the toads? Well, they have a reward. Now, if anyone else has
Thank you
anything
for
they'd
at
like
least
me to add,
having something this time rather than nothing.
I agree.
Can we leave it up?
They have some shiny discs for us, whatever those may be.
Good, let's hope they're valuable. I don't like getting my hands dirty, but I do like having something in the end. Is that so much to ask?
It is not, my friend.
That's
Now, if anyone has any more questions they would like me to ask the frogs, or we can carry on.
Interesting.
The toads are already have disappeared down the hallway.
Oh, all right, man, let's follow them.
All right.
material
Yeah.
rewards on top
On the
of it.
way,
like-
Salem kind of remarks about the poisons and is like, I have heard of poisons, many different kinds of poisons originating from the Underdark. Maybe we can get
Is,
our hands on more.
DM, quick question. Would Yorick have heard of drow poison?
Like the concept of drow using poison, or the concept of drow poison?
Do they make... Alright.
Drow do not
Well,
natively
not go-
produce poison.
No, that's not what I'm asking, but I thought they make it, and that's why it's drow
No.
like, it's dwarven forged armor, you know what I mean?
Yes,
It's like,
the drow tend to collect poisons from different creatures in the Underdark, but they're also adept at alchemy to the point where they can custom make poisons as well. I would also like to remind you all that we are not technically in the Underdark yet. We're just getting there.
We're like in the
gray zone.
prelude to
Yeah,
it.
it's the gray zone. It's the area between the darkness and the light.
We're in the highway.
We're in the gray.
All right.
I was gonna make a joke there. I'm not gonna.
Are we? I'm fine if we keep RPing, but are we moving on from the?
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
As we enter the room, you can see 2 creatures basically facing down with one another over what looks like a massive pile of frog spawn and 5 dead giant poisoned toads. It looks like these 3 are all that remains of a much larger colony, and these 2 bugs, one of which you can see is an ankeg, which is a creature that most of you would be familiar with. It's not an uncommon insectoid menace on the continent. The other one is much rarer. It is an akarat. The akarat looks like a disgusting combination of spider, insect, and scorpion. 4 large legs, 2 small pedipalps, 3 pairs of eyes, a lion-like mane, and a scorpion tail. All in one creature. Abnormally, however, it looks like it's taken the vast majority of the damage in the fight with these poison toads. You can see bubbling poison around its mouth. It looks like it's been wounded in a lot of places, and you can actually see good portions of its mane and its hide have actually been burnt off by excessive poisoning. They turn towards you as you enter, and they kind of take a moment from their stare down of one another. You can see that both of them were actively eating the eggs, but much like animals at a feeding trough or at a watering hole, they were more wary of one another as predators than they were intent upon eating. So there's still quite a few eggs left in this central watering hole, but they appear to be now looking at the two of you, not sure whether you're here to try and steal their food away or not. The frogs are at the edge of the doorway, pausing to let you guys catch up.
Okay. Quick question, DM. Does Entangle work on beasts?
Entangle, I believe, will work on anything in its radius.
Okay, cool.
Alright, does anyone want to try anything, or are we just running? Run it.
I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis before you go into combat.
Okay, prep with Armor of Agathis, that's good.
I do have one question. Would the end of session previously count as a long rest?
Yes, you would have gotten a long rest.
Perfect.
Yes, sorry, I should have been clear. We always end on a long rest. That's the structure is encounter, break for a short rest, and then long rest. Unless we're doing a mega encounter, which is like the gates or something like that. So outside of the mega encounters, yeah.
Just to make sure I'm keeping track of all of the food right, we've had how many meals? Like, how many total meals?
You've had 3 in the Underdark so far.
Okay, 3. So...
Alright.
Yeah.
And one of
Alright,
them from...
before combat, I'll summon Beast.
Are we going straight into combat, or?
Yeah, I'm not trying to talk to the bugs. I've already sided with the frogs.
Okay.
Fair enough.
You want to see if the bugs maybe have like a reason for
well, yeah, the reason is that they're hungry. I get that.
I'm siding with the frogs. I like frogs.
I want so badly a picture of Judas just wearing a gang frog shirt.
No, green up.
Yeah, green up.
Green up, green up.
This is a green hood.
All right.
You're in the wrong neighborhood, Bugman. Okay. Any last minute prep? You guys have plenty of time.
I do want to do one thing. I'm going to cast Bless and throw up Gang.
I regret so deeply ever saying those words. Okay, so blessed to throw up Gang. Anything else?
I'm casting it on specifically Salem, myself, and Yilric.
Okay, Salem, yourself, and Ilric. Okay, and at that point, I would say with 2 different magical spells cast, and of course Armor of Agathis having a visual component, that's going to result in our Ankeg and our Akarat attacking both of you, or all of you.
Ankeg is spelled a K, yeah?
Yeah, Ankeg, K-H-E-G.
All right.
Don't you mean Ericat? It looks like it's spelled like Ericat.
I don't think it is.
Oh yeah, you're right, it is Ericat, my bad.
Oopsies.
Oops.
Sorry. Yeah, it's an Ericat. Look, man, it's an old
Scratch
monster.
that, reverse it, it's Ericat.
Yep. All right, you guys can put yourself here. Put yourself behind the toads. Everyone other than Judas. So back there. Back.
Okay.
Back.
Judas, you can be in line.
Back, I say. Back.
All right. Oh, the eel.
The eel. The eel can be here.
Eel.
All right.
The eel.
Let us do our. I get to actually roll initiative this time for my actual monsters. I'm gonna roll 3d20.
You don't have an absurd amount of them.
Yep. Okay, the Ankeg is going first, and the Akarat is probably going last. Or the Arakat is probably going last.
And all of us should roll initiative, I assume?
Yes, please. I would hope so. Alrighty, so it is the Ankeg.
That is fine. 15 is fine.
The Ankeg, and then Salem. Alright, the Ankeg, Salem, then Judas. Oh, wait, sorry. Thorin goes before Salem. Alright, Ankeg, Thorin, Salem, Judas. The frogs. Yilric. Frogs, Yilric, and then... Oh, the Arakat. And Mallow goes last. Okay, solid. The Ankeg is going to go first. Our classic scavenger. He's going to run his movement, which, if I remember correctly... yes, he does have an extra 10. Gonna go here. And he is going to draw himself, or I am going to draw, a directional 30-foot cone, which is going to catch everyone except for Shala. And I need everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw, please. As the creature scuttles towards you. This giant mantis-style beast scuttles towards the group of you. You watch as its intestines and its stomach fill up, almost like one of the, cockroach creatures from Men in Black, and as its belly distends and bubbles, its two mandibles split aside, and you watch as a specialized little mouthpiece sprays a vast plume of acid onto the entire group. Everyone who rolled lower than a 13
Oh,
Damn.
takes 11 acid damage. Everyone who rolled higher takes 5 acid damage. And I will do my frogs. They only take 5. Okay, solid. My poisonous toads are only down 5.
Dexterous ass toads.
Yep. I mean, they are toads.
Yeah.
I imagine they might also have some resistance to it.
They do not. It is acid, not poison. All right. That is, however, its only ability, because it is a very simple creature. And then we are moving on to Thorin. Thorin, you are up. You have been bathed in the acid of the Ankeg. I have to admit, the Ankeg primarily uses its acid to digest its victims, much like a spider uses their venom. So it is kind of like a pre-digestion stage. So it smells worse than it burns, for the most part.
okay. I'm gonna move up and towards this guy. I'm going to attack him twice.
Okay. That will hit. And that will hit as well.
Awesome. Now that first one is gonna do.
Next one in line, by the way, is Salem, so get ready with your turn.
Yep, I have an idea, and it's what I always do.
It's what I always do.
That's
17 damage on the first one. It does not matter, elemental or not.
okay. They want to hit 1d3.
Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? It's so frickin' good. And 13 after that. 30 total damage in one turn. I am impressed. Yeah.
And then with my bonus action, I'm going to. What size is this?
This is considered a large creature.
Are both of them? This guy over here?
Yes, the Aracat is definitely a large creature.
Okay. And in that case, I'm going to use my blood curse of binding on the one over here, the Aracat.
Okay.
So I need a strength saving throw.
Okay, strength
and
save.
I'm armor as well, so
Okay.
I take 2 damage.
17. I don't think you have a
that's
save of 17 yet. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Alright. Not bad. This thing does appear to be injured, so. Is that it?
Okay. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, Salem, let's hear it.
All right. So, question: before I move, am I able to move here? Just like, is it like a jump, or do I have to make any
Nope,
checks?
it's a friendly creature square. You're able to move through it without any difficulty, to my knowledge.
Oh no, I thought it was gonna be like because there was an incline here.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
up
you
up
can't. You can get to like here-ish and go over it. It is it is an incline, or you can. I would allow you to give up half your movement to go up there.
Yeah, that sounds good. So like I could move like
I mean, actually,
15 feet. instead.
unironically, you can just do this, like 20 feet, and then I'll allow you to go up 10, and you can be here.
That sounds good.
I'd allow you to end there with your move, basically. Yeah. All right. Who are you attacking?
No, I'm going to first attempt sneak.
Gotcha.
Might as well.
Next one up is Salem, or is Judas, by the way. So just keep track.
But, yeah. Hold on. Why can't I? There, stealth.
Yep, do your stealth. 12. Not much use. This room is dark. Not pitch black, because there appears to be some sort of hole in the ceiling far up that's draining down some water, but it's like a tiny crack, maybe a few inches wide. So it's bringing in like the tiniest of gray light. I would only consider it dim light around the pool. Everything else is considered in darkness. So.
Not to worry then. Not a big deal.
Yep.
It's just might as well make the attempt because nothing else to really do. And then with my action, because that was my bonus action, we'll do an attack with my short bow, and it still does get sneak attack because thank you, Thorin.
Yeah, there's a person next to him.
It's a 16 hit.
16 hits.
All right, and we do damage.
All right, 20.
20 damage.
Very solid. So, as you put an arrow through this creature's throat at long range, you just watch as it several times as it just sputters and dies with an arrow stuck right between its eyes. It appears that its mandibles have literally just started twitching at random as it drops to the ground and is deceased.
So you fuck
God
him up.
damn, okay.
Yeah. And kegs are not the most dangerous creature in the world, and at this point, you're pretty handily going to be able to deal with them. All right. Is that it for you?
Okay, well, yeah, that's my action, bonus action, and yeah.
Lovely. All right, Judas, you are up.
For my turn, I can get. Damn, I can have him put like here. All right, I'm gonna throw just an ice knife at the surviving creature.
It is an Aracat.
Aracat, there we go. The fucked up, uglier bug, whatever his name is.
It's fuzzy, but yeah, it's a bug.
All right, what's it?
It's certainly fucked up.
Technically a monstrosity.
Slash roll.
Yep, so it's an attack roll first for Ice Knife, and then I have to do a dex save, which I will do.
20 plus.
I failed the dex save.
Unfortunate. Plus 4.
Alright, that is a miss on its AC.
Damn. Wait, 24 plus. Wait, hold on. Does a 14 hit?
No.
No, it does not. Okay, never mind.
No, it does not. Alright.
All right.
Is that
and how much? Yeah. Okay. That's the end of my turn then. If I can't
Okay.
do anything else.
No, that's fine. So, as you finish off on your turn, we are going to go to the frogs. The frogs are just going to dash their full move, which is 40. Or 20, sorry. They are still just beasts. So, they're gonna move in phalanx. Vengeance! Ribbit! Vengeance! Ribbit! They hop along the ground. Ulrich, you are up.
All right. All I think I have is 2 dashes and a offhand attack. So you get that there, there, and then Ulrich's gonna swing with an offhand with advantage from Pack Tactics and Bless.
Okay. Bless doesn't give you advantage, but yeah.
It just gives an extra D4, but I'm
Yep.
assuming a 23 hits anyway.
It does.
Oh, right, bless.
Awesome.
I forgot I had bless.
Yeah, don't forget
Yeah.
Bless. Bless important.
Yeah,
Very
it is.
important. 11 slashing. Goddamn.
Not bad. On an offhand, very
Not
nice.
bad.
What are you
All right,
using in
then
your
that'll be my
offhand?
turn. That's a
Oh,
short
short
sword.
sword. Yep, okay, that's fine. Alright, the Aracat is up. So, the Aracat looks down at the two of you, and with a great deal of frustration, it looks down and it attacks both you and Shala.
Mm-hmm.
One each. Does an 11... I assume that an 11 does not hit Shala.
Neither. No.
The 11 doesn't hit Shala? What's her... Oh, her AC is probably 13, right?
13.
Yep, okay.
Yeah.
No problem there. Alright. Yeah, just checking. This thing has a lot of rules for its attacks. Alright, so it is going to look at Ulrich, which is the first one that attacked it, and you watch as its eyes start to move and click together in motion, almost as if you're using like a fushigi ball. They start to spin in their sockets and blink one at a time at you, back and forth, and you feel yourself becoming deeply entranced by this thing's disturbing use of its own facial muscles. You need to make me a DC 14 wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Uh-oh.
You
Wait
are...
a minute.
You are confused for the next 3 turns.
Okay.
And it is going to move to here. Shala gets an opportunity attack, so feel free to do that.
She'll take it. And that is... Oh, wow. 21.
Not bad. Go ahead. Do your damage.
3 piercing.
Not great damage. All right, Mallow, you're up.
It was a 1.
I am going to have Mallow move up to here for his 30 movement, and then basically just hit it with the mace.
Okay, hit it with the mace. And 11 does not hit. Do you have Bless on yourself?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, roll the extra dice for Bless.
It's a D4.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait, it doesn't matter. You can't hit. All right, so you miss.
Dang.
This creature does not appear very pleased as you've interrupted its meal. All right, is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's all I can really do.
The Ankeg is fucking dead. Poor Ankeg. They're such fragile creatures. Alright, Thorin, you're up. This thing is in your face. Disgusting and covered in eyes.
Covered in
Well, it has 6 eyes, 3 pair. By the way, just letting you know you're real quiet on the recording.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
just gotta move closer to the mic.
Understood.
Should I booming blade this? I don't figure he's gonna move again, so I'm just gonna multi-attack. Boom!
Damn. All right.
Nice crit and nice hit. Alright, do your damage. Damage. Hello?
She's getting it.
Alright, alright.
Alright. So that's an 11 and an 18. But because I crit, can I crit on the higher one?
That was the first one.
No, so that's 8 damage plus 7, so that is 15 damage on the first one, 18 damage on the second one. So 33 damage total.
Awesome.
Very good
Fuck
math.
him up.
Good damage. It does not look happy that you have done this. All right, is that it for you? Salem, you are up.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
so
that's all for
I
me.
think we're just gonna. Might as well just run it back. We'll do. Can I do another attempted sneak stealth?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sweet. Does a 26 make it?
Yes. Again, I don't know why you keep doing stealth, because this creature is currently in combat with someone.
But it still gives me advantage.
Yeah, but you don't need it for sneak attack. I'm just
No, I
saying.
don't need it for sneak attack, but it just helps with making sure the thing hits.
That's fair. Go ahead.
You know, better to have it because there's no other reason to not.
Yeah, that's true.
My thinking.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other things you could use your bonus action for, but yes.
Yes, there are, but I can't think of any.
Go ahead and do your attack.
Like keeping things going, snappy.
All right, 21, that hits.
Okay, cool. All right, and we'll do. And also, there's the extra d6 of damage, so we'll just add that on after. All right,
Okay.
and sneak attack and slash r d6.
What's the d6
All
from?
right.
Sorry, what's the... Oh, poison. Yep.
The poison. Yeah.
Yep.
So that
14.
is, 13 plus, or no, 16 plus 5, so 20, 21, right?
Yep, I got you. I clocked John. Alrighty, very solid. Another 21 damage. This arrow seems to go into this creature's hide with very little resistance, but as you watch, you can see that some part of it that was damaged is trying to activate and failing to do so. So, it appears that the poison from the frogs is doing its work. Alright, speaking of the frogs, Judas, you're up first, and then
Wonderful.
the frogs.
I'm just gonna take liberty, run up here, and fucking.
Yeah, make sure you don't forget
My-
your spirit as well, your eel.
Oh yeah, don't worry. My eel's going to attack as well, but I'm just going to.
Alright,
Did I roll? Oh,
that's a
Is it
miss on the saber.
all right. In that case, let me find the beast again. Where's the land? Tactics. Okay, 1d20 plus 4. Okay, so slash R2 d20,
Alright,
and that's one attack. Or
first one's a hit. I assume that you're typing these in manually with the tips of your fingers.
I'm doing it with both my indexes.
Why?
Dude, because I'm a Chad caveman. Keyboards are the only keys I know by heart are WASD.
You know you can,
And then
like,
you can-
copy and paste the roll, right?
Oh, I totally can.
Alright, I'm
All right.
ignoring you from now on. Those both hit to your damage.
Oh, whatever.
It doesn't matter if I 17 hits either way.
And I was just saying, keep that in mind.
You're right.
Oh, and also another little thing you can
And
do is if you press the up arrow while typing, it'll just do the last thing that you typed in.
Yeah.
2d8 plus 4 plus 2.
Aiden, can you really not touch type?
No, it's just my keys are bad. Oh my god.
It would literally be faster if you told me what to do.
God damn, my bad, guys. All right, 12.
There you go. 12. It is
Alright,
not
cool.
yet dead, but it is definitely not looking good. The frogs are going to take their turn. I'm going to move this corpse. He has to die. He has to dash because he can't go through that space. No, he can't go through that space. Okay. All three of the frogs are going to attack. They are frogs. They're not particularly strong. All of them miss. Well done, frogs. So you watch as they leap, and they glomp, and they try and smack themselves into the creature with their venomous backs. And the creature appears to be too high off the ground for these three to get at it. Alright, on to the Arakat. Oh no, Ilric is first, but Ilric is also confused. So, Ilric, if you
Yeah,
can roll
I
a
roll a
D...
D10, right?
Yes, a D10 for me, please, and I have the confusion spell up.
Alright.
I love the confusion spell. So effective and
Give me
helpful.
an enter a 10. Oh, that's not a roll. No.
Yeah, /R 1D10. So remember how to use Roll20.
Oh, I can use my action.
You can act and move normally, yay!
Huge.
Which means I'm pretty
Alright,
sure
well-
this guy is fucking dead.
Alright, first attack. That is a 24 to hit.
That hits. I assume you want to move Shala, right?
Oh, yeah, I'll be... There we go. Alright, 10 slashing.
Yeah, he's already dead. So,
Oh, well, shit.
as you slash through the last of this creature's deadly legs and its poisonous stinger smacks into the ground, it lets out a hideous wailing noise that seems to carry on past the tunnels as it's very much tortured life, as it's been literally attacked by frogs dozens of times and now gang blasted by the 6 or so of you. And it is finally put down. You've put down one of the rarest creatures in 5e.
What a horrid existence.
Yeah, what a terrible existence. What a creature. I hate this thing. All right.
Well, if it didn't want to die, it would have left after it saw the other bug get one turned.
Yeah, I kind of assumed
Real
that
shit.
having paralysis and confusion in my kit was going to help, but apparently not. See, this is exactly what you guys were talking about. So, as we close this one out, you guys have succeeded. The frogs hip, 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 hop all the way back into the water and immediately begin tending to the eggs, along with pushing the bodies of the fallen out to the side of the room, leaving the corpses of the Ankeg and the Akarat to rot effectively. They appear to be not as much concerned with you now that they have returned to their pool of spawning.
Oh.
I would like to go up to the frogs and, well, first ask permission to touch the eggs, because I'd like to do, Cure Wounds, if that would, help the eggs. Any damaged eggs.
Eggs have a hit point, so there's nothing much to heal. On the positive side, there are a shit ton of eggs in here, and they're each about the size of, like, a quail egg, from the size of these creatures. If you were the betting man, you would say that you could probably have eaten pretty well off of this. But, obviously the frogs are not about to let you do that. In the meantime, they are continuing to be around their thing. So are you saying anything to them? I apologize, I cut you off there.
In that case, no. I'd like to do a nature check to see if any of the meat off these two creatures is edible.
You don't even need to ask about the Ankeg. You already know it's a scavenger. And scavengers, as mentioned, tend to have a lot of bad byproducts to them. Especially the fact that it's like a consumer, like a spider, where it spits acid on things. You get the feeling that its internal meat is probably not very wholesome. But the Akarat, you can roll me a nature for. It is a rarer creature. You've definitely never seen it before, but it is a scorpion-like beast, and it has some vaguely insectoid nature to it.
Wait a second. Before that, I can cast...
Can I loot the things?
Where can I cast?
What are you trying to loot, exactly?
I want to see if they got any stuff. Do they have coins?
Give me a perception or an investigation, if you'd like.
What is an 18 getting me on the...
Rough.
So, Piper, as Thorin is pawing around at these creatures, and this is tied in with that nature check as well, don't think I've forgotten. As Thorin is pawing around at these creatures, you take a look at the Ankeg and you try to pull at some of the crab claws and poke at the mandibles, like, maybe I can get some acid out of this, or maybe I can pull off a piece and have it for food. But really, the thing is quite sturdy, and trying to crack open its ribs without, like, tools would be very hard. So you move over to the Akarat, which seems like a softer opponent, right? Like, it's got more hair and hide than it has hardened outer limb. And you immediately start with, yes, of course, the best place to begin on a creature like this is the spot where its most valuable items is, therefore its extremities. So you pick up the tail, and you take a look at it, and you kind of feel along the edge of it to try and see if you can find where the venom is produced, because, of course, like a scorpion, you'd expect it to be like that. And so, of course, like a scorpion, you haul it up forward so that it can't curl down and hit you. What you don't know is that the Akarat is not designed like a scorpion. It's designed with a backwards stinger. So as you get to the very end of it, you feel the muscle twitch, even after death, and the memory knows to jerk the muscle downward, stabbing Thorin in the arm with this venom. I need you to make a con save, and then another con save.
Oh, brother.
Don't worry, I might be able to help.
Oh,
That's not
brother.
Okay, so the rest of you watch as Thorin just kind of, right in the arm, and then flexes his hand for a second, and then freezes still.
Oh my god.
Got it.
Comically bad failure.
Wait,
Point in
could
the
I do something very quick with medicine?
Yeah, go on.
I don't know. It appears that the dwarf has simply stopped moving.
Okay.
In addition,
Is he alive?
He's been stung by something. Would I'm trained in medicine. Would I reasonably be able to deduce that this was venom?
sure. Could I get a D8 roll from you, Thorin, as well?
A D8. Okay.
Oh.
Finally, I finally get to use this. Yes. All right.
Oh no.
You have contracted crack cough. one of the minor diseases that I have created for this campaign. Crack cough lasts for... Let me roll another D8. Your crack cough will last for 4 days.
4 days?
4 days of crack cough. At the end of the day, at the end of each day, you can roll a con save during your long rest, and that can decrease the number of days by 1. if you succeed. All right.
What does crack cough do?
Crack cough gives you disadvantage on con checks and saving throws as long as you are infected with the disease.
Ulrich waves his hand in front of Thorin's face.
Thorin is
Including the saving throw, or including the
just
check
basically trying to
to
get other people a bit
to reduce
further
it by
away
a
from
day?
Thorin.
correct, including the
Hey,
check to decrease it by a day.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Hey, DM, does this seem familiar to anything that Salem would be acquainted with?
Roll me a history check, please. And as far as whether or not you can tell if a sting is dangerous, Mallow, Thorin did seem to just stop moving abnormally, and the stinger did seem to twitch downward. So you could draw the conclusion that that's possible.
Okay, in which case could I make a medicine check to do one thing?
Sure. What is it?
Tourniquet his arm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. 21.
Yep. You tighten that bitch right up, and you watch as the dwarf remains completely motionless.
All right. In which case, can I try one other thing? Healing word.
Well, before you could do that, with the history, Salem, you know that there are creatures like this in the Underdark who have some level of paralysis. Usually it's temporary, designed to immobilize the victim until the victim has been consumed, or at least to keep them fresh for a while. And your intuition is proven true, as Thorin, after about 6 seconds, you regain the ability to move as the paralysis wears off. It is temporary.
Well,
Motherfucker.
you feeling all right, Thorin?
No. Oh my god, I just got stabbed in the arm. Of course I'm not feeling good. The fuck was that?
I believe you have been poisoned, Thorin.
No fucking shit.
Mallow, I don't want to be too rude. Actually, I don't care that much. It's pretty fucking obvious that Thorin was fucking envenomated by the fucking monster. Are
I
you
know.
stupid?
I know he was. And Salem, I would like to remind you of something. I am probably the closest thing that this group has to a doctor. I have probably been dealing with medicine longer than you have been snatching purses in Waterdeep. Please, sit down. Let the doctor do his work.
All
Sorry
right,
for
then.
snapping at you, Marlo.
It is fine.
Just didn't feel
I'm
too
not-
great getting stabbed and then frozen still.
I can
I-
imagine.
Look, we
But-
already had killed the thing. It's not too big of a deal.
Yeah.
It was going to
Also-
wear off anyway.
Also,
Now it seems
also
like
from the
contracted
acid.
some kind of cough from that.
Also from the acid. Who here is dealing with it? Who here got the worst of it?
I'm mildly hurt from it, but nothing that a short rest quick rest couldn't fix. But
Oh, yeah, it should be
I am-
fine, but my shirt is
I-
ruined.
I am curious what an 18 roll would get me for.
Judas. Well, why don't you ask those frogs where those shiny things are?
Oh, yes, the shinies.
All right. Hey DM, before I go ask the frogs, what did an 18 get me on the edibility of this whatever the fuck the creature's called?
Oh, I missed that. Yeah, this thing is not only filled with sickness, disease, but
Yeah.
it has paralytic toxin in its tail. So, eating any part of this, the internal tractway is filled with disease. The legs are covered in crap and in frog gestation.
Yeah.
And the tail is full of paralytic toxin and probably also very dirty. You get the feeling from your nature that this is not a creature that's meant to be this high up near the surface. You get the very distinct feeling that unlike the Ankeg, which looks like a natural predator of these toads, the Akarat is something the Arakat is something completely different from deeper in the Underdark that has somehow made its way up here. Like it's foul in a way that you're not familiar with.
Could you try to take some of the poison?
I was just about to
I
say.
would not suggest trying to do that, considering what just happened.
Do any of you have an alchemy kit
I do.
Oh,
Wait.
Damn.
Hold on.
and
I do.
proficiency in said alchemy kit?
I do.
You do. All right.
Yes, sir.
You might want to do something in character then.
Well, I guess since clearly this thing has some pretty useful poison, might as well put this to good use, and I pull out my alchemist supplies, and I guess I'll try to extract some of this more carefully this time.
Yeah. Would I do a nature or a survival to try and harvest the poison from this thing, or harvest this tail's creature, or this the tail venom glands?
You're not trying to eat it. You're
No, I'm
trying
just
to
trying to harvest
you're
it.
trying to get a stable product out of it, so it wouldn't be a nature check.
So it'd be survival?
It would be survival, and that's only if you want to get the physical pieces. You won't get the toxin unless you have an alchemy kit.
Yeah, she has, or Thorn has the alchemy kit.
Yeah.
I'd expect to be working with
No,
Thorn?
since you don't have alchemy trained, alchemy is an intelligence roll, so it would be the person who's trained in it, which would be Thorin. I will also let you know that technically harvesting the acid from the Ankeg is also an option.
Okay, I mean, I guess I might as well do both.
I will ask, however, do we have any flasks or extra containers in the party? At all?
That's specified on me.
I have
Right.
I have an empty water
Well, empty water skin. Oh,
I would not recommend that.
I
No.
would love so badly if you used a water
Oh, yeah.
skin for the
Do not
paralytic.
drink water from the jerry can.
For the paralytic poison.
Okay, well,
No.
we wouldn't, hopefully no one would drink.
Alchemist supplies includes 2 glass beakers.
Well, that sounds like you have 2 glass containers and no more.
Wunderbar.
All right. So, would you like to try one for each, or?
Yeah, I'll do 1 roll for each.
Okay. Roll me an alchemy supplies. Does it tell you what skill it is? I think it's just intelligence plus your proficiency. Right? If I remember correctly how skill checks work with kits. It's just the skill related to the kit plus proficiency.
Sounds right to me.
Am I wrong? Am I right?
Probably. I'm looking for it and I don't see it.
I will call it that. Go do it. Give me an intelligence with proficiency.
Do a crime.
Go, take this, do a crime. Let's do the Aracat first, and then we'll do the Ankeg, because the Ankeg is easier. That is a failure. You are unable to get any more of the toxin out. You have a feeling that most of it probably ended up in your arm. On the other hand, you are able to get a beaker of acid, or a vial of acid from the Ankeg.
Ah,
Yay.
prove useful.
So a vial of acid from the Ankeg is extracted by pumping the pedipalps on the underside of its mouth until a green, thin layer of viscous acid begins to form on its mandibles, at which point you can just drain it off of the mandibles, which will become engorged with acid. Clearly, the mechanism is designed so that the mandibles fill with acid, they increase in pressure, and then they shoot outward, spraying out of the spiracles near its mouth.
Huh.
You're essentially milking it for acid like it's a cow.
I really wanted the Aracat poison, but
Yeah.
I'll take what I can get.
And you took it in your arm.
Hang
Yeah.
on, what was that last little bit there that you said?
Well, I
Aircat
said-
what?
Aircat venom.
Okay.
Is it not venom? I'm sorry, am I messing
Oh
up
no,
venom
I
versus
think it
poison?
is venom.
No, it is
I was
venom,
saying-
yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so you're able to glean that. Anything else that you guys need? I believe you wanted some shiny discs from the frogs, which are now ignoring you.
Indeed.
Oh yes, Judas, get the shinies.
Judas, please get us our reward.
Excuse me, Toads.
Yes. Oh no, did the audio cut out? Are you good?
Yeah, sorry, I moved the mic wrong.
Quit punching the mic.
Oh, excuse me, Toads.
Yes.
Well, seeing as we have helped save your young, could you please be as kind as to show us where those shiny discs were?
The largest of the 3 toads, Bat Toad as I'll be referring to him, rears up on its back froggy legs and points with one webbed toe out towards one of the corners of the room and says, "They are there. Thank you for your service."
You are very welcome.
All right.
I
Head over into the corner. Whoever is taking these items, I assume it would be Salem, unless Judas is just not telling anyone and going over to get it.
Yeah, I was just gonna walk over to get them.
Cool.
And show them to the group.
It's over in this corner over here. Roll me a d20, d8, and d6, please.
D20.
I cannot wait for Bane Toad.
Bane Toad. This is
D20.
technically
I was born in the pond.
that Aracat
molded by it.
that Aracat was this colony's bane. Again, this is the 3 survivors out of a group of 8.
Whoa.
Damn.
They lost.
Wow.
They had 50% casualties trying to solo the Aracat and the Ankeg at the same time.
That is rough.
So,
Well, there's my rolls.
yep, for your rolls, 14 copper pieces, 8 silver. Whoever's echoing, stop it, and 5 gold pieces.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Not a bad haul.
5 gold.
I will.
5 gold, 8 silver, 14 copper.
No, 14 copper, 8 silver, 5 gold. Sorry, you just said it out of order and my brain freaked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will also mention, again, just for player reference, and I am going to stop helping you again, there are some encounters where you don't get all of the rewards because you didn't pick certain paths. This was one of the encounters, so don't worry about it. You're not 100%ing this.
Okay.
Again, I'm just letting you know, creativity changes your rewards a good portion of the time.
Look, we chose green.
I'm
We
not
chose green.
commenting anything else. You did a good job and you did a good
Uh-huh.
deed. I'm just letting you know there are many ways to skin a cat.
Goodbye, food.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I assumed if we killed the frogs too, we probably could have gotten a bunch of shit from that, but I didn't want to kill the frogs.
There,
Real.
again,
Frogs.
there are always other options. Okay, so as we finish up with the frogs, are we doing anything else?
Can I do
I did want to see who was worse for wear from the acid.
You guys can take a short rest if you'd like.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
take a
it was-
short
I
rest.
think it was
Yeah,
Piper
short rest.
specifically.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Alrighty. So Shorty, if you need to, which is hit dice for those of you unfamiliar.
Yeah.
And
it's
do we
a D4 per hit, right?
do we want to take a 5 minute because it's been about an hour?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Okay, we will have our first 5 minute break at 1 hour and 6 minutes. Back into characters. So, as we finish off with our short rest, we all come back and we take a long walk to our final position. Now, this is a long, dark tunnel. Out of the honeycomb and webs of different doorways and hallways and the many, many pseudo-avenues of what used to be the darkest, deepest depths of this Utgardi city, this one is long, and it is roughly maintained. It's been cut. A lot of the areas have been stripped of stone and stripped of, like, collapsed building, but it seems to be sloping ever upwards towards the eastern seaside. Now, about halfway across from where you would know by, like, just distance of steps, you're a good distance towards the edge of the mountain, you come across a large, kind of coal-burning torch, and beneath it is a big, flat 2x4 of wood, with a scary face carved on it that you can't really identify. It appears to have big ears and sharp teeth along with some red eyes. Beneath it is a very poorly grammatically worded insult that has also been translated into some form of Dwarvish, even more poorly. So, for example, this sign says, 2 legs, bad in sun.
Quick question. Does Ulrich recognize these markings as any sort of, I suppose, rival tribe from the past?
Nope, it appears to be Dwarvish, and common.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Can I investigate it? Is there anything else on it, or is it just or?
It appears to just be a rude 2x4.
Yeah. How disrespectful. Does anyone else know what to make of these? Do you think we could take it back as an artifact?
I think we could.
Oh, it's just an engraved piece of wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I doubt it's an artifact if it's...
Are the creatures that wrote this a fey, fiend, or undead, perchance?
I don't think you'd be able to tell that from their handwriting.
Thorin, what does the writing there say?
There's the
The Dwarvish says...
2 legs done bad.
Yeah, the Dwarvish has the same translation, but it's just even worse grammatically. Like it was written by a non-native speaker. Honestly, the insults themselves are so bad that you're getting the feeling that whoever wrote them has a very loose grasp of the common tongue.
I feel insulted.
Well,
That's one at the end.
Well, I suppose let's go explore this.
Alright, so as you continue down the tunnel, you find another 2x4. This one says, tall, long ears, bad, bad, with exclamation point at the end, and another angry face.
noted.
You continue and you find another one. It says, you're ugly.
Man.
It's specifically Y-O-U-R.
Yes, it is specifically Y-O-U-R. You're ugly.
Beautiful.
Do you mind if I Mala say something?
Go ahead.
The floor is yours.
Well, Salem, it appears that you now have a base of haters.
Good.
Well,
I'm surprised they saw you coming from so far away.
Why would I care about some goddamn lowly species as whatever wrote these? They can insult me all they wish. It means nothing if they can't actually properly write it. Jeez, have some fun.
I'm curious on what the next one will say.
As you continue on, the next one just says, you're in the dark. Ha ha.
I believe it's calling us stupid.
Right? Huh.
All right.
Even when we put up staves, they weren't this crude.
Whoever's Whoever lives in this area must be quite a treat.
Yes.
As you get to a bend in the tunnel, where it starts to really turn upwards towards the surface, you see not only 2 more signs stuck next to each other, but also several other empty signs that appear to not have any writing on them, as if they're waiting for more insults to be written. They've been pre-prepared at the entrance to this area, but the final 2 say, "Knife ear, no good," and the last one says, "Go back to trees."
Oh, I point at Mallow. This one's for you.
Yeah, Ilric looks up to Mallow and Salem.
I'm not an elf, though.
But you know Elvish, so surely it's and you.
Elvish is
Close
not. Elvish is a pretty common language.
It is, it is.
And even
Fair
then,
enough.
Salem has heard mine. I sound like a fucking hick.
You sound like... how best to put this?
He sounds like the signs are written.
Yeah, you sound exactly like the signs when you speak Elvish. Actually, maybe a little worse. It's surprising. It's grating on the ears, honestly. I hope you don't speak Elvish again. How could you be butchering my beautiful language?
You just hear him say in Elvish. Well, my friend, practice makes perfect. So might as well keep going.
So as you say that, you feel the grating pain of hearing Mallow try and butcher the Elven language. And as that happens, you hear a click! And then a click, click! And then silence.
Just letting you know, this is not coming through the mic.
Yeah.
I'm snapping and saying click with my mouth.
Oh, okay.
That's it, just
Oh.
click! Click, click!
Do I hear from where?
Down the tunnel.
Seems like they may have heard your shitty Elvish, Mallow.
Huh.
Well, let's not keep them waiting.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's continue on. Let's continue on.
As you continue on past the defenses of Sandpit Town, you finally get to one last grade, which you feel like you actually have to climb up. And as you reach the bottom of it, you can see at the top there is a small, tight stone door that appears to be wedged into place. Out in front of it, you can see 3 extremely abnormal creatures, and you hear again that sound. Click, click, click. But this time, rather than just the noise, you can see one of these hunched, fuzzy beasts with its long talons and its curved little arms and its bat-like face opening its mouth and letting out an eek, 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 as if having its echolocation be sent down the hallway to try and detect you. But as it sees you guys at the bottom, now not having to sense you, the other 2 step ahead of it, and it kind of curls up on itself and moves backwards into the doorway. The other 2 are large, rudimentarily armored, lizard warriors. You could tell they're warriors only because they are armed, one with a spear and one with a short axe and shield. Between you and them is a small palisade, maybe like 3 or 4 feet tall, made out of sharpened wood. And the front warrior, the one in slightly more armor than the first, points down with his spear, and you can also see, brings up the very back of his tail, and you can see that there's a bulbous nodule and a stinger on the very end of his tail. He points down at you with his spear and he says, "You! Who? You!"
Friend?
He narrows his eyes at you and says, "Friends, no come here."
Where here? But where here?
He looks at you as if that's a stupid question and points up behind him. You can see in the darkness he's pointing at something. It looks like another 2x4 of wood, but it appears to be written in a language other than common.
What language is it?
Do we...
It is an unidentifiable language.
Uh-huh.
It's unidentifiable?
Yes. It is a language unique to these creatures.
Oh, okay.
Who you?
Asami! Asami! Asami Sandpit! Asami Sandpit! And he puts the spear up to the placard several times and taps it, as if trying to make it clear that this is his Asami Sandpit town.
Well, can we come in?
Narrows his eyes and says, "Why in? Trust you." And he points the spear, making it very clear that he does not trust you.
The
Would you guys want to give it a ration as like a peace offering? I guess maybe that'll do something.
He narrows his eyes. Are you like proffering a ration?
Yeah, I have one to spare. I'll give it to. I'll gesture it towards him if he won't stab me upon coming close.
Yeah, you're kept a little bit away because of the palisade. It is big enough that you would have to kind of clamber over it, which you get is kind of the point. The idea is essentially that whatever that bat creature is stays in the back, and these two warriors are supposed to be able to stop you before you get over the palisade. Especially because there appears to be a pretty solid distance for them to build up a run. And he shakes his head vigorously, shaking back and forth, his snout whipping back and forth, and says, Asami, Asami, have food, take payment, metal disc. And he flaps his hand out and like makes a circular symbol with his fingers like an OK sign. Metal disc.
Oh.
I'll toss him a copper coin.
He nods and smiles and says, 2 more metal disc, yellow, silver.
Oh, how pricey.
And then he like gestures with his spear to the rest of you. Each payment.
Ooh.
You'd see Mallow go look at Salem and basically just try to get his attention.
Salem looks over at below as he seems to be trying to get Salem's attention.
Wait, hold on, guys. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna walk away for a little bit. Make sure I'm out of sight.
I just be like, okay, well, see you guys later.
And
Alright,
I'll walk away and make sure I'm out of eyesight. And then after a couple minutes, I'm gonna cast disguise self and turn myself into one of these lizard guys.
Okay.
And then see if he'll let me in.
Okay. So as you come back, the Asabi looks at you and speaks in his own language. And cocks his head at you.
I just nod at him.
He asks something else again in his own language.
This time I shake my head. No.
He like blinks several times and steps back a second as if confused, and then points at you with a finger and says, "At." Are you like approaching?
No, I'm just standing there.
Okay. He appears to be trying to ask you something, but you don't know what it is.
Do you mind if I say something in Elvish to Salem?
Go ahead.
Wait.
See any other ways in?
Salem starts looking around. Hey, DM.
Yep. You are really close to the coast here. There's not a lot of other tunnels that branch off from this one. Like I said, it looks like this is one of the better maintained ones, and a lot of probably old entrances to the mines and to the gray zone have collapsed. You remember areas like the tunnel or like the original one with the birds? They all had like gaps or holes or little penetrations into the outside. This one looks like it's been delved through what used to be an actual passageway, but whatever's behind that door seems to be very close to the surface. Maybe on one of the high hills. You remember where you guys had like, you found Jamie, or you found the graveyard up on the shoulders. Whatever is behind that door might open directly onto sunlight, especially given the fact that these don't look like subterranean creatures. And this doesn't look like a main entrance. This looks like a back door, essentially.
I know. I'm gonna look at him and I open my mouth and I point at my mouth and then shake my head.
Roll me a deception straight, because you are his kind, and there are lots of poisons and illnesses in... Oh yeah, and you're coughing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, roll me a deception straight. Roll me a deception get. Yeah, he doesn't seem ready to take that as an excuse. He continues to speak in his own language. And you see he gestures with his tail, actually, pulling it up next to his hand and pointing at it as if he wants you to do the same.
I also raised my tail up.
And you made yourself look like a copy of this creature?
Yeah.
Yeah. Immediately, as it sees the bulbous end of the tail and the stinger, its eyes widen dramatically, and you watch as it drops the tip of the spear and shouts at you.
Okay, I'm running away.
Yeah. You get the feeling that something particular about these guards makes them unlikely to believe that another of their kind would just show up out of the Underdark.
Well,
Okay,
I'm gonna.
run away, and after a couple of minutes, I will
You come
return
back.
to my original form, and I will rejoin the group.
Okay, all good. All good.
I'm gonna ask the little lizard man, what use for coin or gold disc or disc can I make the same symbol?
Disc
Oh, and
for
when I
us.
come back, oh, sorry.
Disc for Asabi trade. Trade with outsiders, other clans.
Where are the other clans?
Haven't found any yet. Keeping discs for storage.
This,
I see.
makes sense.
Well, sorry guys, I'm back. I had to go take a piss.
Hmm.
I guess I'll just pay this guy.
Yeah, it's not.
Although,
Yes.
so could I just give you 2 silver and 1 copper?
No, one of each is custom.
Oh, well. Okay
Alright.
then.
And I'll hand him the 3 coins.
All right.
Do you mind if I turn back to Salem to do something? I'd say to him in Elvish, I could probably get his attention if you want to try to get around.
I think I may have a way to do something like that. All right.
All right. I would go up to the lizard and basically just start shouting, "Greetings! Would you like to hear of our help?"
Oh God.
So you step over the barricade. He reaches out a hand, assuming coin, and you greet him with "Greetings, Helm." All right. Roll
Yes.
me persuasion with disadvantage.
Very well.
Unless you'd like to roll is this purely performative, or are you like genuinely trying to talk to him?
Kinda trying to talk to him.
Okay, with an 18, you see his eyes narrow, but he is definitely focused on you, and he growls out,
Discs, no need for gods down here. Asabi, no need. Bainligor, no need.
You dare to deny his glory, heathens! You will learn his wisdom. You just see him just get close to him and start yelling.
"Oh, okay."
Hey, Diab, as that's happening, Salem is gonna try and kind of sneak by, and also he's gonna use his the special ability of the thing he's wearing. You know,
Yeah, sure.
I think it's fine. It's he uses disguise self because of a special item.
Yep. Okay. So you disguise self, and what are you
Yep.
disguising yourself as?
As one of the Asabi to just kind of sneak past. So if they do find them, he's already kind of behind.
Okay. Just to be clear, you are doing the same thing that Thorin just did, but you're just trying to
Not even talking.
you're
I'm
just trying to
actually-
walk by unchallenged.
First, we're just gonna sneak by, and then once we're behind, we'll.
You have to go right past them, like an inch behind
I'm also
Mallow.
just walking in, by the way, because I paid the fee. I'm just
Yeah.
going in, so I don't want to be associated with this nonsense.
Yeah, of course. Thorin is already walking in.
Same deal for me.
Yeah, the other guards, the bat person, which you assume from how he talked about it is referred to as a Bainligor, and the other Asabi warrior, step in the way of the transformed. Salem, and again address you with a much more aggressive barking noise that comes from deep down in their throat, and another string of ret.
God damn it, okay. I thought because Mallow is doing the thing, I'd be able to just.
There are 3
You
of
know?
them. He's distracting one of them. And he's only like half distracting him because he's about to get punched in the face.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you kind of walk over and the other 2 look at you and start asking you questions in their own tongue, the other one who's speaking with Mallow just fucking socks you in the mouth in the midst of your diatribe and like points the spear at your chest and says,
Go, loudmouth, no inside.
Yeah, you know what? At this
Oh
point,
my
Salem
god,
is
just
just
pay the
leaving
fucking
and
fee.
just
It's
gonna.
not like this. It's a fortune.
just-
Yeah.
I'm just good. I was going to
Salem.
just go for hit him with a mace.
"Oh, okay."
I guess.
All right.
If
Well,
I don't want me to, I'm basically just going to I'm going to take a look at the other ones and basically trying to get an idea of, do I just do it?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You can see the one in front of you has his spear out. The Bainligor, the bat person, is staring at you with these black, empty eyes. And the third one is still vacillating between you and the disguised Salem.
Yeah, Salem is just gonna at this point just kind of take a step back and just, you know what, this plan ain't working. he's just gonna kind of come back as Salem, and just kind of probably say to below, I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, drawing a lot of attention.
Yeah. At this point, you have made, like, these two Asabi are obviously agitated. Their faces are clearly upset. And the other one, who's seen two more of his kind suddenly appear and then disappear, he's starting to look fucking freaked out to the point where he taps the Banelagor on the shoulder, and the Banelagor goes ahead and does another echolocation to make sure that there's nobody else in the tunnel before kind of writing it off. They look very agitated at this point.
You just kind of hear Mallet say in Elvish, Plan B.
Alright. And he's responding in Elvish. Alright, what shall it be?
We could always fight our way in.
I really don't care about these guys. I don't know why we're bothering. They don't seem very intelligent. And they do seem quite lesser.
Ilric?
Yeah, well, I don't exactly know how to ask him at this point. But,
Ilric and Judas. Ilric and Judas at this point are the only ones who haven't made a decision, so I'll let you guys go ahead while these two discuss.
I'd like to try and talk.
I paid the coin.
All right, paying the 3 coin. Judas is gladly accepted. They take the gold piece, the silver piece, and the copper piece, and allow you in after Thorin. Thorin, at this point, it's been like a solid 20-30 seconds. I think you've moved on, correct? Yes, I'll take that as yes. Okay, then on to Ilric, please.
All right. Hello. I saw your words on the way in. Did you happen to have any problems with the elves?
Elves is sharp ears, dangerous purple creatures from the depths. Cannot be allowed in anymore.
What did these elves do to you?
They kidnap children. They abuse, enslave Stingtail.
And you can watch as his stinger tail whips back and forth.
Enemy of Asabi tribe.
Question, DM. Is this all happening inside, or is
Nope, this is all at the door.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm hearing this.
Yep.
Well, if we were to find the Asani, would you be willing to avoid the toll?
He kind of, like, takes a hand and waves it at you and says,
Long, many lives ago, creatures simply no longer allowed in. They don't live here no more. You pay, or stay out with this one.
And he points to Mallow.
May I ask, what sort of things do you even trade down here?
It looks down at you, almost insulted, and says,
Many great Asabi tribe. Many great things.
Bilric looks up to Salem. Is not about the trade. Is the accumulation. Yes, is the power. Yes?
The Asabi nods approvingly to Ilric. Like, this guy gets it.
You're taking money for
future.
Ilric nods.
Don't think you understand commerce very much, but that's alright.
Ilric relents and drops a coin each.
Alright, you two are allowed in, leaving only our... You watch as the Asabi kind of gives a side-eye look to Shala, then looks at you and just kind of nods.
Is Onion, yes?
Is companion, yes.
He seems to be very much like aping your words as if he doesn't understand what that means.
Ilric does not care, he just takes over it.
Oh, do me a favor, roll me an insight.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's intimidation. Ignore that. Oh, wait. Insight?
Yeah, insight, please.
Technically more than that?
There you go,
that
20.
is more than that.
So, as you walk by him, you see his eyes light up for like a base second with recognition, and he goes to like try and say something, but noticing that you're already past, he kind of like waves it off like it wasn't that important. But he remembered something, like it just occurred to him. He had a light bulb moment.
Ilric will continue on it. Oh,
okay.
Excuse me, on it.
Alright, continue on it. Alright, the 3 warriors, or the 2 warriors and the Banelagor, depending on how you interpret what a warrior is, the Banelagor is not armored. It is still hunching in the corner between the two of them, its flared nose and its sharp little teeth kind of showing in the light as its long, claw-like fingers kind of tip-tap at one another, but the two Asabi are clearly less afraid now that there are fewer of you who might be a danger, and they turn towards the two of you, mostly looking at Salem, because at this point, Mallow is banned.
Well, I mean, to be expected when you're just screaming at the little man's face.
Yeah, don't fight the bouncer.
Literally. You did not win that fight.
I'm,
Alright.
I'm
Can I
fairly
do...
certain I could win, but I'm not going to start anything with that.
Very intelligent indeed. But what do we, looking around, what do I see
Well,
inside?
I need to have a decision first from, from Salem, because Salem hasn't told me yay or nay.
I don't even know. I mean,
No, I mean, is there
feeling
anything in here that would be of
case.
any interest to Salem, is the question.
I mean, okay. I asked about what things of value do you even have, and he gave me the biggest answer.
He said
Can I
many great Asabi things.
Can I needle and just say, well, what sort of things do the great Asabi have? I mean, surely you can maybe be a bit more specific. I don't want to intrude too much.
Persuasion with advantage.
Oh.
Persuasion with advantage. You are asking something about his society, but you're also being nicer about it. 15, that's enough. He kind of thinks for a second and then like looks at you, looks at the fact that you're all armed and says,
You weapon havers, we have great talented blacksmith in Sandpit Town. Asabi, great craftsman. Though this one, Bainlagor.
Salem does kind of take out his short bow and said, "You think you have something better than this?"
Ah, much better. Like this?
and he pulls at his friend's axe and pulls it up in front of you. It looks like a normal fucking hand axe. And he says,
Yeah.
Very talented Wix, great smith Bainlagor.
Salem asks, "May I take a look at it?"
he holds it out in front of you, but doesn't like gesture for you to take it.
Salem will kind of inspect it.
Yeah,
See, like,
give me a history with advantage.
Ooh. 21.
This is a design vaguely reminiscent of drow designs. Like beyond the shaft and the material that it's made out of, because it's not made out of any of the like deep, dark, cold iron that the drow kind of favor, or any of like the star metal or fancy shit or anything magical. But the design, the blade cut, the dimensions, all of it reminds you of like a drow weapon or some sort of dark elf weapon. It seems to be something that this blacksmith has copied from, as far as the design is concerned.
He's kind of looking at it and he just kind of says, kind of softly, "Oh, the design, it's interesting. I was a bit curious about your weaponry. Now I'm even more intrigued."
Metal disc, entry, please.
Puffs up his chest, proud.
All right. Oh.
You watch as the Bainlagor steps forward and kind of sniffs really hard several times with its massive split nose and looks at you very, very focused.
Yeah, Salem is just gonna, pay.
All right, you pay and go through. Mallow.
He kind of counts it out, kind of looking through what he's got. He's like, might as well.
All right.
You'd hear him just say to
I'd like to know
Salem,
more about these.
"Can you tell me what's inside?"
I'll let you know when we get out.
Okay.
I'm very
Alrighty.
curious about those weapons.
So the
Again,
first
interesting
one,
design.
to get in, was our most beloved Thorin. So Thorin, as you enter Sandpit Town, you would notice that it has several layers. Most of them are built underground, but at the very top, you can see almost like an inverted cone or some sort of lava pit that is collapsed under its own weight of sand. There is indeed a circular hole in the top of this place, and it only looks to be about a little bit under 100 feet high. But the walls go up. You can see several scaffolds and stairways that seem to go all the way up to the tippy top to the hole. Around the edge are several wattle and daub huts and mounds. And then in the very dead center, there is an oasis with a descending pool. Each of these levels, there appear to be two, house various buildings and various people. And from the individuals that you see hanging around, both Asabi and Bainlagor, it looks like more than 50 people live in this little township.
Very cool.
Yeah, you can see a couple of self-contained industries. It looks like at least 1 or 2 places is obviously devoted to some sort of long-stemmed grass, while you can hear the sound of splishing and splashing from one of the indoor houses that you assume is some sort of fishing or farming apparatus, because it would be pretty hard to feed this many people otherwise.
Which layer am I on?
So we're starting, it goes right to left. So the first layer is on the right. The entrance is here. Here, I will draw a line real quick. There we go. So that's the entrance.
And is there an exit to the surface here other than the hole in the roof?
Nope.
Or-
That appears to be the only entrance and exit.
Okay, can I go to the second layer? I want to go to the smith.
Absolutely. So you can immediately tell where the smith is, because there is the sound of clanking and hammering and smacking from the bottom side of this area, specifically here. And as you enter into this side of the building, there are multiple different people hanging around. Some of them appear to be doing work, hauling around boxes of kindling or other wood. Others appear to be hauling heavy soot bags or pieces of scrap iron and metal. The interior, however, is relatively quiet, and you realize why that is. None of the Asabi are inside of this workshop. It appears to be an operation made up of purely Bane Ligors. So the Bane Ligors are these large, medium-sized bat-like humanoids. They don't appear to be able to speak very well to one another, but you can see at the back what appears to be the smithy for this famous Bane Ligor smith that was mentioned not to you. And you can see his setup is very unorthodox. On one side of the forge, there is a cage that encloses a large, flaming toad. And the toad is periodically poked with an iron poker in order to release its burning fires onto the furnace to superheat the metal. And then on the other side of the anvil, you can see a toad in a cage that is frozen, freezing and covered in ice crystals. And it is also periodically poked, this time with an ice freezy poker, and that causes it to let out a burst of cold air that cools the metal as it is tended. And you can hear the ting, 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 and you can see the Bane Ligor at the back of the room working on another piece with many other swords and axes and spears hung up around his workshop.
Actually.
Okay. Oh man, what was the sword that I wanted?
Hello. My as you can see, my sword is kind of broken and messed up. Could I get something?
What was the sword called? It
Rapier?
was like a German kind of sword.
Epe?
A Pfalz. Or a Kriegsmesser, right?
Yeah, Kriegsmesser.
Yeah, you wanted a Kriegsmesser.
Yeah. Could I get like a Kriegsmesser type of design, something light though, like with finesse?
You can see as the Bane Ligor behind the anvil turns and look towards you. You can see that not only is all of his fur slicked back with grease and oil and what looks like sweat, you can also see that he's wearing a tiny little apron that, rather than being made out of leather, is made out of like cloth and hemp, almost as if like it's a kitchen apron. And he walks back over to you, still holding a red hot iron bar, looks at you and just lets out a very loud eek, eek, eek. And he taps the center of his chest. You can see that he has a name tag on that says Wix, W-I-X, Head Smith.
Question.
Hello, Wix. It's a cute apron you got. Well, okay, can I get that Kriegsmesser?
He tilts its head and holds up a finger and points towards the smoky ceiling. And you can see, hung up around the workshop are several other types of weapons. You can see a couple of axes, a couple of short swords. Most of them are on the side of short sword. And he kind of gestures around and kind of looks with his eyes at you like, stop me when you want it, as he's pointing at the finished work.
Question, DM. Are these beasts, or like, what are the Bangalores?
Bane Ligor.
Bane Ligors technically classified as?
The Bane Ligors are technically classified as monstrosities, or, yeah, monstrosities.
Rats.
Sorry.
Yeah,
They are monstrous
also,
creatures.
Do they
Salem.
speak
Yes.
any languages, or is it just like they're?
It appears that the Bane Ligors, whatever language they speak, is at such a high register that you wouldn't be able to understand. Because as you're watching and as you're understanding how the workflow works in this smithy, the Bane Ligors seem to be able to talk to each other, but it's so high-pitched and so quiet, because of how good their hearing is, that you literally can't understand it. So it's like trying to, like a dog whistle. We can't hear it, but it makes dogs go crazy. It's kind of the same thing with the Bane Ligor.
Are there any swords in here that match that description?
Give me a perception check. A lot of these are clearly built to the same pattern. Do you have any inspiration you'd like to spend on that?
Yeah, I mean, I have a D6 inspiration.
All right.
I'll use that. Or I have a D4 inspiration. Is that even gonna get me anything?
No, the D6 might.
I don't have a D6. I only have a D4.
Okay, then no. You look around the workshop and it's smoky in here. It's dark. Wix clearly sees that you're not happy, you're not impressed, and he like pauses what he's doing, holds his hand out to you in like a okay, hold on gesture, and turns back towards the forge. Really quickly goes ting 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 on whatever he's working on. Puts it over the ice toad. Pokes the ice toad. The ice toad kind of whoosh and lets out a burst of ice cold air. The heated steel instantly cools off until it is dark, and he puts it down on the side on a cooling rack, and then he grabs a set of step stools and he pulls himself up to the top and he pulls down 2 swords for you. And he brings them over and shows them to you. One appears to be like what you would call a dagger and what's probably a short sword to the Asabi, and the other one they'd probably call a long sword, but you would call a short sword. So they are of a similar make to the one that Salem was taking a look at earlier. The one thing that you would notice is that they are really abnormal. Like, this doesn't look like an accidental weapon design or something that isn't made to a good quality. It definitely actually looks like a well-trained smith manufactured these. So wherever Wix is getting his inspiration must be pretty impressive. But neither of them appear to be the Kriegsmesser that you want.
Oh, could I roll investigation instead?
On taking another look up at the rafters?
Yeah.
If you're willing to step around Wix, or if you can ask Wix to take a look. But you need to get closer, is the main thing.
ADM, at what point
Okay.
would Salem come in?
I would say at this point.
I'll like gesture to Wix, like, kind of indicating that I want to take a closer look at the inventory.
Yep. Wix kind of lets out a sighing sound through his nose, which sounds very much like a as the leathery flaps of its nostrils kind of whip together, and he gestures with a clawed finger for you to come in. You're in there, and you can see dozens of different weapons and blades. Roll me your investigation you said you wanted to do. With advantage. 25?
Boom!
Solid.
That's what I'm talking about.
You take a look through the blades. None of them are right for you. None of them are just what you're looking for. Almost all of them are to a slightly worse standard. Either they're too small, too thin, too sharp, too heavily angled. It is kind of disappointing because Wix's craftsmanship is clearly good. Like, this is not a forge of idiots. Like, this is a decent looking forge, but Wix himself appears to be making this to a clientele of the Asabi, because obviously the Banelagor have their own weapons, they have their claws, and they have their voice, which you assume, given the whole echolocation thing, is probably a weapon, especially against their own kind. But there is one that stands out to you. Up on the back wall, not hanging from the rafters, there's a placard with a covered blade that is much longer than the others, and rather than being made in the style of the drow with the dark black steel, it still kind of looks like that. It's more sharp and angular than a normal human sword, but you notice something very peculiar about it. Specifically peculiar enough that I need everyone else to deafen themselves for a few minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, everyone here, deafen yourself other than Thorin.
Sounds go.
Once that is done, let me know, Thorin, and we can get to this.
Okay. Wait, I'm banishing Aiden. Okay.
Alright, are they all banished? Are they all silenced? Yes, they are.
Yes.
Alright. That does not look like a drow blade. You know what drow weapons look like. That's not a drow weapon. It's not black, it's not midnight black, it's not shiny silver, it's not magical, but it's angular, and it's long and thin. So you get a good feeling that that is different than the others. Wix sees you eyeing it and kind of looks under his eyebrows at you in confusion, like, why are you looking at that one?
Can I go inspect it closer?
You can. Yeah. So, well, you can't see it closer because it is up on the wall, but if you want to, like, ask him for the step stool, you could probably reach it.
Yeah. Can I point at it and...
Yeah. So Wix kind of takes a look at you, looks you up and down, and then, like, shakes his head quietly and then walks over to the back wall with his step stool, stands up, pulls the cloth off of it, and you recognize instantly, this is one of your swords. This is the sword of somebody else who must have come here before you. Because this is not a drow sword, but it is from deeper down. You would recognize it anywhere, because you were offered one of the same, and turned it down because it would be too conspicuous. There are similar icons and symbols that you would recognize from your hometown. It has the same christening and icons that others who have the same mission as you would have received. You have no idea how it got here into Wix's hands.
How much for that one? I want that one.
Wix looks at it, looks at you, kind of like stares at all the other swords, and like looks at you questioningly again, like, why this one? And gives you a little eek.
Yeah, can I get that one?
Eek, eek. He like brings up his hands and like gestures through the swords, like, what about these?
No, I want that one.
All right.
Is there something wrong with it?
He like crosses his hands over his chest and shakes his head, and he points to the forge, points to himself, clearly indicating like, well, I didn't make it. So why do you want that one, the one that I didn't make? Like, you know, like an artist, you come to an art showing and you pick the thing that he got off Etsy rather than the swords that he made.
You see, this is important to my people. That is a weapon of my people.
Narrows his eyes and looks up at the sword, looks at you, kind of cocks his head, and you can see him like with his hand like make a gesture at waist level, like, short people?
Something like that.
Alright, give me a persuasion. Do you have anything else to add other than just it's important to my people?
It's a special. It's a relic. Those are not. It is very important for me to retrieve that to bring that home. I must have it, please.
All right. Give me a persuasion with advantage, then. I can feel that is definitely from the heart.
Boom!
All right, they return, so be quiet. So, you see as Wix stares into your soul, his black, empty, soulless eyes considering, before he goes, lifts the sword, picks it up off of the placard, steps back down very carefully. You can see that, like, his fastidious little hands are pooling and pawing over it, very much like making sure that the edge is still sharp. He, like, cuts the very end of one of his nails and shows it to you, like, still sharp. And then he goes over to a station by the finishing area, and he grabs a cloth and a strop, and he sharpens the sword very slowly, very meticulously, and cleans it, oils it, and then casts around for a few minutes, looking at you kind of out of his wits, and he makes an eek, and he holds up a scabbard that clearly doesn't fit, and he kind of puts the sword down and indicates to you, like, wait a bit, I'll make you a sheath.
Okay.
Does Salem see the sword?
Yep. It's very interesting. It's different from the one that you saw. All the other swords in here, Salem, and axes and blades, fit a similar profile to what you saw. Again, drow in nature. They're very Underdark-esque. This one is abnormal. It's silvery, it's thin, it's light. It's designed with a single cutting blade, almost like a long, elegant saber, but only lightly curved towards the end.
Huh.
And there's no quillions or anything in the way of the hand, and it's solid metal. All the way through the handle, there's solid metal. Only a thin leather wrap actually protects the guard.
Huh.
It looks very light. Yeah. It definitely looks completely different from any of the other weapons, which are excellent weapons that Wix sells in terms of quality. But Wix kind of gestures to Thorin and just kind of says, wait, I'll get you a sheath. And then as he goes over, he picks out a cash box or one of the other Banelagors. Now, obviously, several of them are paying attention to this sale because it's very abnormal. And several of the other Banelagors bring over a case and then pieces of metal and leather and wood for Wix to begin working on a scabbard for you. You see as Wix goes over to you, Thorin, and he takes out a tape measure and he starts to measure the distance between, like, your leg and calf just to make sure that he's going to get the right length and measurement for all the things he needs to. And then he nods, points to the cash box, and with his fingers measures out 10, 10, 5.
10, 5.
25 in total.
Oh, 25 gold?
You don't know, it's just 10, 10, 5.
I pull out a gold piece and point to it.
He nods his head.
Okay, 25 gold. Works for me.
He really does look a little bit reticent, like he clearly is a little bit, not necessarily upset, but he's a little bit confused and maybe a little bit dejected by the fact that you're picking the one thing he didn't make. So.
Sorry, Wix. Your work is very fine.
He kind of nods and you see him kick his foot a little bit, whatever gesture that is in the Banelagor lexicon. Alright, so
right.
you hand over 25 gold pieces?
Yeah, I handed him all the money.
Yep. All right, so you hand him over 25 gold pieces. He sticks it in the chest. As he opens the chest, you are shocked to see the number of coins in there. It's not a small chest. It is about 30 pounds worth of gold, silver, and copper coins.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is that again? Could you?
It is about a 30-pound chest full of gold, silver, and copper coins.
Wow.
Yeah, it is a big container of coins. Clearly, Wix is fairly famous. Like, that's a lot of money. All right, so Wix looks to the rest of you who have entered into his smithy, and he kind of gestures with a hand of, like, follow me while I'm working if you want to buy something, and he goes back to ting, 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 hammering on the anvil, occasionally poking the fire toad for it to whoosh and heat up his steel as he continues his work.
Yeah.
Where is Yilric?
Salem looks over to Thorin just as like, what the hell did you get? And then looks back to all the other like weapons and things up above, or like all the weapons that he can see.
It's quite a few. It's a lot of some spears, but mostly axes, swords, daggers, things of that nature. They're all
Does
in
he see any
black steel.
rapiers or short bows?
You don't see anything made out of wood, so even the spears are just spearheads.
Oh.
At least in this area, there are other finishing areas that appear to have some like worked wood in them, but you don't see any bows off the bat. It appears that Wix is a blacksmith, not just a weapons seller.
Ah, okay.
Like, he's not a weapons vendor, he's a legitimate blacksmith. He makes things out of steel. He also apparently has a very sophisticated system for keeping his forge running without any kindling or fuel.
I know, I like...
Yep. So is anyone trying to buy something from Wix's smithy?
I think I'll see about trying to buy something.
All right.
To be honest.
You walk over to the counter.
Do I see like a rapier of some sort?
Roll me a perception.
Okay.
16. It doesn't look like anything that you would really call a rapier. What you would see on the lighter side is the Asami longswords, which are designed in a way that for a human, it would be a short sword. So that would probably be the best thing that you could see. There are a couple of bigger pieces, but similar to the one that Thorin has, or that Thorin has purchased, they're in the back covered with cloths for the most part. Some of those are fancier, some of those are just, like, unfinished. Like, you can see a greatsword that appears to be bent in half.
Alright. Question, do these at least seem like they'd be better quality, or, better than what I'm currently using?
Are you currently using a short sword?
I am using a basic rapier.
Well, none of these would be a rapier, and the only thing that would be better than a rapier would technically be, and still use his dexterity. I don't think anything is better than a rapier and still uses dexterity, so no.
Yeah.
Well, then,
What are the stats on the sword I got?
It is exactly what you asked for.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. By the way, take a D10 inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for your character. All right. So, as far as finding a rapier in here, it does look like, because these are mostly made for the Asami, a lot of them are of a simpler make. The biggest thing that you can see that looks like it's on common sale is another weapon that you are intimately familiar with, a large great axe in the drow style. It looks like this one here in the image. So it's got like a large gap in the front and a sharp fillet at the back, except instead of being filled with a slot of wood or of some other material like ebony or magical material, it's bone for the Asami, and they have a very large, sharp cutting head. It's a pretty nasty looking weapon, but not particularly superior to a normal great axe.
I think he'll try and because maybe he has something in the back that could fit the sword that I'm using a bit more, right?
You could ask.
Yeah, he'll kind of like ask, Wix, do you have anything, and he takes out his current sword, anything similar to this? Light?
Wix takes a look at it, kind of narrows his eyes, looks over at Thorin for a second, shakes his head and gestures with a claw for Salem to follow him, and he lets out an eek, 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 and walks over towards the back of the shop, kind of like I'll see what I have in the back. Roll me a d6, please.
Okay.
Thorin is just he's sitting on the bench, kind of examining.
That's a 6.
Examining the sword, kind of with a concerned and pondering look on his face.
Yeah, Salem is every once in a while giving that sword like a side eye, like does not look like anything I notice, and it's very odd. He'll probably be talking to you about it after he deals with this.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, DM. So
we'll get to that in a second, DM. First,
so Wix takes a few minutes and looks around the shop real quick and kind of sighs. And you see he goes into an even further back room, and you can actually see through like a curtain of what looks like animal skin. It's not a workroom, nor is it a storage room. It's a bedroom. So he literally goes back all the way into his bedroom and comes out with two things. It's pretty clear now that he's stopped working, and some of his apprentices have taken up at the forge after him. And obviously, of course, obviously, Thorin can see the other workmen working on his scabbard, but you are greeted as Wix comes back out with two things in his hands. One of them looks very, very abnormal. It is a long, curved piece of wood. It's very light and very small, but it also has a flat piece of wood with a groove in it. Each of these bolts or barbs that he has on this weapon, he's carried out in a little side satchel. Looks like he has 10 of them. And in the other hand, he carries out a long, thick, black whip, which you would recognize, again, as not a product that he's made. Maybe the other one is, but this one is not, because you recognize the material that it's made out of. Blackened spider hair. This is a spider hair whip. This is a drow's weapon through and through. You can actually see as he unravels it that it's crinkly and old, but the leathery material of the spider hair is still holding strong. You know how difficult this stuff is to make. It takes hundreds of hours of braiding together these tiny little hairs, but they form an incredibly tight bond, and it looks to be almost an 8.5 foot long whip. But you know what's at the tip of it before he even shows you. There's a tiny little bulb that is filled with several different curved, sharp blades, each of which have reservoirs for the injection of poison. So, clearly doesn't have poison right now, but this is a whip that is designed to hold venoms and poisons, which normal whips can't do. It's used by the drow, usually as a weapon of battlefield command and control. The poisons that are put into it tend to be more on the painful than the lethal side, but that can be switched out at a moment's notice, as is the nature of the head. The other one is an atlatl. The atlatl is a little bit more complicated, but it basically gives you the ability to one-hand the equivalent of a short bow.
Oh. So I could, like, have a short bow, but I would be able to fire it out of one hand?
Yep, so you could keep a weapon, a sword in your offhand. You could keep a hand free for anything that you wanted to do in the meantime. The bolts are normal weapons. A short bow takes two hands, is the main thing. The atlatl allows you to avoid that because it only takes one hand to throw. The only issue is you would have to train in its use.
Oh, is an atlatl like a special...
Yes.
Yeah, an atlatl is a specialized tool.
Yes.
It's fucking ridiculous to try and actually shoot.
Having used an atlatl many times, an atlatl is a pretty complicated ass weapon to use.
Yeah. How long would it take to figure out?
That is a downtime activity, and we'll get to that when we get to that. In a couple of sessions. He looks at the whip with almost like a revulsion or a level of disdain or disgust. It's clearly not a weapon that he likes, and there seems to be some sort of hatred for it.
Yeah. Salem equally seems to be looking at it and just kind of grazes over it. It's kind of trying not to acknowledge its existence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He matches the energy and holds it out to you, like, here, take it off my hands.
Oh, is he just giving this to me?
No, he's saying he doesn't want to be touching it anymore. He's not giving it away for free.
Salem kind of just pushes it away. Like, I don't want this either. I realize what this is. I don't really want this.
Yeah. Wix nods in agreement and puts it down behind him on a desk and holds out the atlatl to you. He kind of gestures. He gestures with an arm like, this is how you use it. And you can see that, like, the flick of the wrist sends the arrow at the same speed as your short bow.
Salem kind of like holds out his hand, like kind of gesturing to see if he can hold it and kind of look at it.
Yeah, it is pretty simple. It's just a wooden handle with a thumb nub and then a reservoir or a shaved in section where you see the arrow or the bolt is supposed to slot in, and you get from his wrist motion that you basically are supposed to slingshot the arrow forward.
Oh!
These do not take normal arrows, by the way. They take atlatl shafts or atlatl bolts.
I see. Oh, it's one of those Aztec weapons. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Oh,
I have used them in real life. They are pretty cool.
That is kind of cool. I don't know if that necessarily, like... I think he'll kind of take it, look it over, and I think he's probably gonna be. I don't know if he would take it, but he is like weirdly interested. But I think overall he's just like better save, and I don't know if this really. I don't know, like.
Wix nods and gestures you away like next customer.
Sorry. Oh. Not literally.
Was anyone else looking for anything from Wix?
Nope. My apologies. Anyway,
So long as I see ahead of time that he's not selling blows, I'm not gonna try.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be
Salem.
selling anything made out of wood, like, ostensibly.
Fuck baskets.
Salem
All right.
just kind of leaving. Like the Atlanta was interesting, but he just didn't really feel it. You know.
He'll give a quick like look at the place and pass by it.
All right. So I will give an opportunity for those of us who haven't spoken yet. If we don't have anything to do at Wix, there are 2 other places that we could go. You can see a small Asabi child on the other side of the plaza, who's beginning to erect a very poorly drawn sign that looks like it's been put up many other times. Most of the other Asabi are ignoring him, but his little eyes are focused on the newcomers, like, all right, business is booming, boys. And then those of you who go outside of Wix's kind of smelly, oily shop and the big-backed smithy, you can smell something beginning to cook that isn't the fire toad. There appears to be some sort of eatery or food stand down on the lower floor beneath Wix's shop.
I suppose Ilric will check out the small creature trying to put up the sign.
So, as you go across the oasis and around it, several of the other Asabi look at you as if, like, seeing kind of a weird doppelganger creature, because you do, admittedly, look slightly like the Asabi, but it's very obvious that you, a kobold, and Shala, a dog, are not the same thing as the Asabi. But this creature doesn't seem to care, as his little hands go up in celebration as you come over to him, already knowing. It's like when you see a homeless person or you see a busker, and they lock eyes with you, and then you come over to them. It's like, we already know what we're here to do. And so the Asabi reaches up, waves his hands at you, and says, coming, Ginks stand.
What, yes. What is this Gink?
Gink is me.
Viewing his stand. And he points to a covered shed, or shack, that has been built into the side of the mud wall.
Ilric raises an eyebrow at the
It looks like an old 1920s peep show.
What are you, I suppose showing here?
Showing wonderful beast creature. Great creature. I captured Gink did.
Gink looks like a child. Gink is definitely a juvenile of his race.
Okay.
What? I suppose what would it cost to see this creature?
1 metal circle.
He'll produce a copper.
He takes it greedily and smiles, walking you back towards Gink's viewing shed. I love everything about Gink's viewing shed. Alright, so as you enter Gink's viewing shed, you can see something that you've definitely never fucking seen in your life. Inside, tethered by a small length of cord to the floor, to a spike in the ground, there is a medium-sized creature with a crown, a full beard, the body of a lion, and the wings of a great eagle. The creature has a human face and clothing, and it turns to you and says in a posh accent, "Good morrow, my friend. I am Sokolov. Has the young beast offered you my viewing?"
Ilric stands there for a good few seconds. Yes? A question?
What is this?
"Bask in my munificent mental glory. Behold, you stand before the glorious researcher, Sokolov the Wise."
I see. What would... He looks throws a glance to Gink again. What are you doing here?
You can see that Gink is completely blank-faced. Like, nothing is happening behind his eyes at all.
There's just fucking static up there.
Yep, it's just
Right.
1000% static. The second that Gink walked inside of the viewing tent, just went completely empty, limp doll. Just standing there, mouth slightly open, eyes not looking at anything, not blinking.
But do you happen to know any Lamias from up above? Because honestly, that's his reference. What the fuck this is?
Of course not. Lamians, or Lamia as they are known by laymen, are beyond my research. These vital young creatures, and he gestures with a hoof towards Gink, are my area of study. Sokolov, the researcher, has spent many a year in the company of these creatures and has learned much of their operation. I am a worthy researcher of these beasts that few amongst the living have ever seen. I, a Shedu of great note, now must ask a favor of you, traveler from afar.
Okay.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Now, this young beast, this geek, as it calls itself, is quite a fond one to me. Though his mind may not be his own, upon my leaving, he may indeed gain control of his faculties, and I fear that loss of me will concern him greatly. So, if you could do Sokolov this one kindness, I would like you to purchase me from the young gink.
Rick thinks for a bit. Oh. I suppose this can be done.
Perfect!
Again, he looked down to Gink. He doesn't see him as that smart.
Gink does not appear to be in control of Gink's mental faculties at the moment.
Why do I need to purchase him if you could leave? What? Actually, yeah, no, question. What is actually keeping Sokolov in captivity right now?
Absolutely nothing. This is voluntary research.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you just leave?
Well, you see, not only do I not wish to harm this young gink's feelings, but indeed, I fear that if I simply left on my own, I would be in danger without a reason. These creatures are not friendly to outsiders, and though they view me, Sokolov, as only a beast to be viewed and peeped at, though I am not concerned with my pride as need be, I would rather not leave this creature in poor state, nor do I wish to cause any violence to this poor ancestral homeland of these bereft creatures. We must leave them as we found them. Most researchers attempt to live by that rule, and now I, Sokolov, must return to my home in order to write a book about these creatures and their lives.
Rick looks at the hooves of this creature dubiously for the, I guess, the purpose of writing, but nods. Well, if money be no object to you, would you pay for yourself, and I serve as a intermediary, I think.
Well, I do not have any money at the moment. Researchers are often poorest at the end of their research, as you would know if you were one. However, I can offer you a bit of knowledge upon these creatures. Their faculties are not incredibly well developed, and their knowledge about human coinage is even worse. What I would recommend is any type of monetary disc could be given to them with equal value for most items.
Rick takes out a sack of coins and starts clawing through them, seeing which one of them is quote-unquote most shiny.
It would probably be the gold.
Alright. Oh, that's not what I was looking for, but yeah. No, that is the conclusion.
One gold.
I was gonna. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay, do you mind, again, he looks at, Gink, releasing him?
Of course, but a moment. And you watch as the Shedu pulls its neck out of the halter and then kind of bats around its shoulders with its wings until the entire thing falls off. And he looks at Gink. Gink kind of comes back into existence for a second and goes,
Cool, right?
Oh, yes, it is very neat. What would you say if I were to take him off your hands?
Gink looks at you with very wide, confused eyes. Take?
Listen, Gink, I purchase, I buy, yes? I give you money.
Metal discs?
Yes, metal disc, very many of them.
10! Holds up
10 metal discs.
He holds up all 8 of his fingers and then does another 2.
Oh.
Give him 10 copper.
Rick pulls out 10 whole copper pieces and not 1 silver.
Yep. And Gink looks joyful at the reception. And you see as Gink looks over to Sokolov and kind of waves a little lizard hand before scampering off with his copper coins. Sokolov.
Oh, joy.
great joy in young Gink's heart. Sokolov stalks out of the enclosure, really, and flaps his wings and says, "Thank you, my friend. What is your name, little kobold?"
Is Ulrich, and this is Shada.
"From whence do you hail, little Ulrich? I had not known that there were kobolds of your kind anywhere near here."
Oh yes, I come from the mainland. I've been in Vaterdeep for a few months, and then I come here.
"Oh, indeed! Indeed, I am not from there. My home is made in Baldur's Gate, and I often spend my time along those coast cities to where I shall return. But it is good to know that your kind indeed have come to this island. I may indeed take my time after my book, and Sokolov may once more return to this little isle and see how your folk are doing after a few hundred years."
Oh, 100?
Or shorter. I don't know how long the book is going to be.
That's a big book.
We are known in my research for much exhaustive detail, and transcription via a courier takes some time. And he kind of knocks his hooves together, like, obviously I can't write that shit myself.
I see.
Great researchers always have a ghostwriter.
Well, if you come with me, I have the rest of the party to help get you out of here.
Oh,
Yes.
worry not about my transit. I can fly straight up with no concerns, so long as young Gink can say I was purchased freely.
Oh, fair enough.
Very well. You take care of yourself, little Ulrich. Perhaps we shall meet again, not before long. Sokolov, away! And there's a whoosh, 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 as the shadow begins to rise off of the ground, his clip-clopping hooves essentially beating off the top of somebody's roof before he launches himself up into the air. And you can tell, not by his own wings alone does he fly. He appears to have cast the fly spell upon himself for assistance.
What a guy. What a guy.
Dare I ask, do anybody else see this happen as he flies away?
A lot of the Asabi seem to see it, but again, Gink is shouting around literally saying, bought the shadow, bought the sock, and gesturing at his handful of coins. And it seems to be going over well enough. Nobody seems to be drawing weapons on you or the shadow, so.
Alright, cool. Dudes, does the party see this?
I would assume anyone who's walking out of Wix's smithy at this point would see it, yes.
I do have one question. So how big are the Asabi?
So the Asabi are a little bit shorter than humans. They're on like the 4'5", maybe 4 foot side on the female side, which means that Gink is about 2 feet tall. So he and Ilric are about the same size.
Hey, York's 3 foot, alright?
Okay, you are a little bit taller than Gink.
Well,
Wait, so they're around
Okay.
like 4'5"?
The warriors that you met at the front are about 4'5". Yeah.
Oh. Huh. Then I'd kind of be towering over them.
Yeah, you would. You could still get punched in the mouth by somebody shorter than you.
Yeah.
Also, the Banelagors are taller than that, but they're very hunched and squat. So if they stood up tall, they'd probably be about like 5'8", maybe like 6 foot almost, if they really stretched. But with the digitigrade legs and with the bent back, they can't really get that high, so they're a little bit more like 5 foot tall. Alright, so I will go back for a moment as, thank God, Gink's viewing shed has been completed. And Gink has been freed of
That was something.
Sokolov. You may take a D4 inspo, by the way, if you don't have one.
Beautiful.
Ilric, very good job.
Truly inspirational.
It was. You
I
just-
do have a D4 in spell. Fuck.
I'm very sorry.
Well,
Again, use your inspo. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah, fair enough.
Back to, I believe it was, I was going to give an opportunity for Thorin and Salem to chill out, so I will move out of the way as you guys can talk while Wix's seconds and his helpers are preparing a sheath
thank you.
for that sword.
Yeah, I gotta ask.
Doran's kind of sitting there. He has a bit of a grim expression on his face. Clearly kind of concerned and contemplative. And he's just examining the sword.
Question: are you sitting on like a bench or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's another place, he'll just kind of Salem will just kind of like plop down next to you and just look over at your sword and just be like, that's an odd make. It's similar to a lot of the other stuff up there.
yes, it's quite different from the others.
You can tell he seems more guarded than before.
It wasn't. He didn't make it. This is not of Wix's work. I'm not sure how he came about it.
Well, almost all of this is at the very least copied work. So, he may have made it himself,
Yes,
but
it
didn't
would-
design it himself.
No, I mean that he didn't make it himself,
Oh,
unlike the other weapons here.
who did?
Who did make it?
Yeah, who made the sword? Do you know? Did he tell you?
No, I mean, he doesn't really say much. I wish I knew.
What do you know?
Yeah.
Seem... Never mind. What's
Well-
seeing all these weapons?
You sound like you have something to say.
More out of curiosity, but we should probably get moving at some point. I'd like to get out of here.
Agreed.
All right. Is that it?
And Thorn goes back to kind of examining the sword.
Yep. It only
Salem's
takes.
gonna kind of.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Salem. If you'd like to roll me a history check with advantage.
Oh sure, yeah. History check with advantage.
That's not a drow weapon in her hands at all. Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even fucking close. Completely different metal.
Yeah.
Completely different design.
Yeah, I think you can tell that, and he's just
Yeah. If Wix didn't make it, somebody else did.
yeah, and he's now looking a little concerned, and it's like that's unfamiliar. That's weird.
It is weird. The rest of the swords
I'm
in
gonna-
here are kind of like off-brand drow weapons, which is very interesting.
He's gonna head out and just kind of like leave to see what else he can find and see if like he can find, I guess, Judas or Ilric.
Yep. Judas, I assume that you were
wandering, I guess,
watching what was going on at Gink's viewing stand or Gink's viewing shed.
Yeah.
Yeah. For whatever that
I'm in
was worth.
awe, but I just rub my eyes and continue on because I'm hungry.
Yep, entirely reasonable. You follow your stomach towards the final location for the day, which I believe will be Silwa's
Jojo
stand.
Siwa, huge fan.
Silwa.
Sorry.
All right. After a few minutes, Wix's staff brings you your scabbard, Thorin. It's not exactly the style that you were hoping for. Definitely not the right color. This is black and brown, or like black and copper, especially the fittings are very coppery. It clashes a little bit with the sword, but it fits well. And with a little bit of redoing and maybe some staining, because clearly they don't care too much about looks down here, it's more of a function job. With some adjustment, it could look more appropriate to the sword's design. By the way, I'll send you a picture of what this sword looks like in a little bit while we're still playing. But for those of you who are going down into the bottom, is there anything else that you'd like to do, Thorin, before you head out? Anything else you want to ask Wix for?
Oh, by the way, Salem, when Thorn said that he didn't know who made the sword, you could probably tell that he was lying.
I was going to have him do a... I was going to have you do a deception if he asked further, but you didn't, so...
Well,
Okay, it's fine.
I just said that because I thought you don't typically do checks for that kind of thing.
You know what? That's a fair point. I should shut up.
So that's why I was saying it.
Anyway.
Yeah, entirely fair. The sword that you guys saw is in general. It looks like this. All right. Those of you going to Silwa's food stand. For the use of the reader or the listener, it's Thranduil's sword from The Hobbit. Just giving you a physical reference for what this sword looks like, and it will function as, I believe we said, a dexterity-based longsword, right?
Yes.
Yep, there you go. All right, so you all head down to Silwa's. Silwa's food stand is ridiculously large for the one woman who's working it, and it's hard to tell that it is a woman, apart from the actual common writing on the billboard, essentially. It actually says Silwa's Food, and you can see a spread of different items. They all look relatively similar. Like, you could see cooked mushrooms, you can see sun-dried fish, and you can see fresh-cooked squid. Remarkably enough, there appear to be edible squid on display. There's also little tinctures of what look like black liquid. You're not sure what that is, but they're in little bottles about the size of like a shooter. And Silwa appears to be working on multiple different things at the same time, setting up for more dried fish on racks. The place smells like dead fish, but at least the food looks edible, and the mushrooms look varietous. Like, the mushrooms are in big sacks of about a pound apiece, and some of them look like they've been covered in that same black liquid or substance, and they're soaking it up as if it's some sort of sauce. Silwa doesn't turn to look at you guys until you kind of, like, step close to the stand.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Can I get 2 orders of mushrooms?
Kind of cocks her head of, like, order. Bag, dry bag. And she holds up one of the bags with the black liquid in it, and one with nothing in it.
What liquid? Like, pointing at it, kind of scratching my head.
Again, it's really hard to tell female or male, especially because, like, physically there's no sexual dimorphism between them and these guys. But she kind of, like, grinds her teeth together for a moment, trying to think of the word in your language, before she finally finishes on sauce.
Okay.
Squid sauce.
Can I like gesture to bring it over so I can smell it like a gesture?
Yeah, so she kind of, like, opens up one of the bottles of the sauce and holds it out under your snoot.
Cool. Does it smell familiar? Does it smell like squid sauce?
It smells like the ocean. It smells very strongly of fish, and secondarily very strongly of salt.
Ooh, is it a garum?
It's actually closer.
Garum?
It's closer to soy sauce.
Cool. That's what I'm talking about.
It is a soy sauce made out of squid ink, for reference.
Ooh, yum.
Damn, that's good.
How much? Coin or metal disc? How much?
She, like, gestures of, like, what are you talking about? The bag, the dry bag, or the sauce?
I'm talking about the vials of, like, the soy sauce. I'm just pointing to the vials and also the mushrooms, like, separate. Like, how much? How much?
So she gestures from first. She gestures to the bottles and says 2 disc, and then she points to the dry bag and says 2 disc, and then she points to the wet bag and says 3 disc.
All right. I put down 4 copper for like 2 of the squid inks or little bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Does she accept that?
Yep, she hands them over to you.
And then would she accept 3 copper for the bag?
Yep, she takes it. Gladly takes the 7 copper off your hands and gives you a bag of seasoned mushrooms.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna take that down.
She, like, notices that you have friends coming and gestures at you with a very large dried fish. It looks like some sort of, like, flounder mixed with a carp. It's bloated, but it's been filleted and dried in the air, and she's holding it up almost like a T shape. And she kind of thrusts it at you and says, 3 disc.
If I smell it, does it smell like it's been dried properly? Does it smell like the fish is gonna get me sick? Because I've smelt probably 1 trillion fishes in any point of decay. Yeah. Does this smell like it's gonna get me sick?
The unfortunate thing is, you're a Triton. You eat raw fish a lot of the time, but when you do cook fish, you could probably tell whether it's cooked well or not. So roll me a intelligence with it.
The cook perk, so I should.
You have the chef feat.
Yeah, the chef feat.
Not the cook perk, the chef feat.
Whatever.
Me and my cook perk. I know, I'm just giving you shit. Honestly, cook perk sounds based as hell.
Wait, they got perks like it's COD Zombies.
Roll me a wisdom with advantage with proficiency. I will allow that. So just a d20. Oh, fuck
20.
me. Yeah. The fish does not look good. It definitely looks like it's made for heartier stomachs than a normal human. You wouldn't get sick, because you're used to eating even raw fish, but this was taken raw, salted like pork, and then left out to sun-dry. There's already flies gathering on it. You get the feeling that if a normal human ate this, they'd probably get sick. The squid, on the other hand, that appears to have been mashed flat on cloth and then rolled up to dry and then laid out to dry. So it's got 2 processes of drying, in one of which it's covered. The unfortunate thing with the squid is because it's wet when it goes into the roll, it fucking stinks. It smells awful. But you think that it's going to be safer to eat than the fish.
I mean, I just won't take. How many pounds is the, like, how big is the bag of mushrooms? You said it's a 1 pound bag?
Yep. It would count as one of your major ingredients or it would count of one of your major ingredients for the day. Yeah.
All right, let me get another bag. I'm gonna put another three copper down for another
mushrooms? I'm trying to think. Do mushrooms count as a major food? I don't know.
I feel like they should, because it's essentially like, that amount, like a pound of mushrooms is a good protein source.
Major ingredients include but are not limited to 10 pounds of meat or 20 pounds of vegetables. So this could either the sauces would definitely be a minor ingredient.
Mm-hmm.
The bags in sauce, if you bought 10 of them, because I'll consider it a meat slash, no, it's a vegetable. I'll call it it's a fungus. It's its own thing. So I will call it a vegetable. If you bought 20 of them, I would count it as enough food for a day, but that's a lot of mushrooms.
I was gonna say, let me get 2 bags of them, or 2 pounds of them, because I have some other raw food that I need to cook at some point.
Okay. Again, it needs to be 20 pounds for one person.
For a full day?
Yeah,
well,
for
you
a
can
full
have
day.
it as a minor ingredient.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you could have it as a minor ingredient. Yeah. Is that good with you?
Yeah.
Okay, solid. She kind of hands it over to you, takes the extra couple copper pieces, 3 copper pieces, and nods, putting away the fish as the other people get here, seemingly aware that they're probably not interested. The rest of you also arrive at Silla's food stand. Is anyone grabbing anything?
No, I'm not hungry.
I'm going to head back out to Mallow. So I don't know, and just grub out with him, make a little fire, cook up my catfish and crawfish, which is 2 rations, then add my I guess the mushrooms, and
I'm gonna follow Judas and kick
Alright.
it with Mallow and
Alright, so as we all head back out for the evening and night, are there any last minute conversations that we need to have in Sandpit Town before we close out?
I do
I
want to say one thing to Judas and my apologies about that. That was mainly just that was almost entirely just to try to help Salem sneak inside.
Yeah,
Oh.
he didn't distract enough of them, so I immediately got caught.
Well, I
It's-
was going to try to go for something a bit more distracting, but that would lead to everybody else getting seen as well.
yes.
It's whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't think there would have been much inside that really would have tempted you. There was a blacksmithery the kobold mentioned before. Nothing. It didn't have any maces or any armors or anything to fit you, so I doubt you would have been interested. Most of the weaponry were for small creatures. There was some food. I show off the seasoned, like the soy sauce seasoned mushrooms. I kind of explain the sauce or my best guess of it, and be like, this was the only thing that I really think that as a group would be edible. But
The only thing that I think I would have wanted is just another X.
Mm.
Without it,
most of the axes
Apologies.
there are
it's alright. Things happen.
Yes, I think the axes would have been too small for you, Mallow.
It would be a hand axe.
But Thorin over here found something nice. He's been staring at it the whole time. He's been staring at it since he got it. I haven't had a chance to ask him about it.
By the way, one minor thing just to clear up, those great axes that they have in there would be a battle axe for you guys.
Oh.
in reaction to this, Thorin unsheaths his sword and shows it, but doesn't say anything about it.
Well, pray tell, what is it? Or is it just pretty to look at?
Ooh, no.
The sword just stood out to me.
And you pay 25 gold pieces to a Batman for a pretty sword? Come on.
25?
Well,
Yeah.
if you hadn't noticed, my previous sword was broken.
I mean, yeah, this is a bit expensive, no?
I'm positive there's something about that sword. Come on, Thorin, don't keep it from a friend.
Thorin glares at you.
Ow.
Well, I am glad that you have found a new sword. It looks very nice, though.
Yeah, he puts the sword back in the sheath and just nods at you. Doesn't really say much.
Ugh.
He's clearly still still in kind of a grim mood. He's kind of concerned and a bit more reserved than he was before. More guarded.
Fine, let it be that way. But I got 2 pounds of mushrooms, and that with some other food I have within my bag should make 2 full rations for the day, or two people. I'll be able to feed. I think, wait, 1, 2.
We can figure out the particular logistics of this in a minute. If there's no more in-game or encounter things to discuss with one another, are we all good for the night? And I'll let us go?
Yep.
Estoy bien.
So,
Estoy bien. Our credits for our artists, because it's been a while since I did that, and we had some lovely art for this episode. I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you all very much. Say goodbye to the listeners at home, if you would, please.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Goodbye.
bye-bye.
Alrighty, now hush. Thank you all very much for watching, and have a lovely good night.